Cuckoo. What can ya do ready? Yeah, but it's time for the show. You know what? Foofaraw intro, let us begin.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to hell. Oh, got COVID-19. I think the police were at the door. They didn't knock. They just fucking put some bullets in it. But
yeah, I can't see out of one of my eyes.
Yeah,
got hit with a rubber bullet.
All I can see is rubber. But you know, welcome to the police state. Let's fucking get into it so we can get through this terrible goddamn news cycle. Coronavirus cases spike in Texas, Arizona, and Florida after reopening. Oh, what do you know? Who would have guessed, right?
Right.
Deeply disturbing. New York Supreme Court judges rules protesters can be detained indefinitely. This is suspension of habeas corpus. It is unconstitutional.
Yes.
Look,
habeas
does the
corpus
Constitution
is
even matter
the idea
anymore?
that you are innocent until proven guilty, basically, correct?
Yes. Does the Constitution even matter anymore?
No, not at all.
Declaring something unconstitutional is like calling it dumb.
Wait, how many times have we? I would really love to see how many times we've used that word. And then an analyst analyze and tell us how many times it was used actually based on the real
Well, I mean,
definition of
you
the
honestly
word.
could probably go through a period in the United States, the recorded. I mean, most of it, all of it's recorded, but like with what they say with unconstitutional, like you could make a graph with the power of the word, and the minute it hit like Bush administration and everything like that, it just plunges.
Right.
Like for how it's used and when it's used. Yeah, I don't know. That word means nothing anymore. The Constitution is just a piece of paper they showed a tourist.
Yeah.
We need to write a new one.
Can't even read the old one. It's faded.
Yeah, we need to write a new one.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
166 MPs, which I'm fucking dumb on. I still don't know what that means.
Our MPs, I'm pretty sure, is Metro Police.
Okay. From all parties, call for UK to stop tear gas and rubber bullet exports to U.S. Separate petition. To the U.S. Separate petition calling for suspension of exports, near 500,000 signatures.
Wow.
Let's find out what MP means.
They just keep saying MPs.
I know. I want to know what the fuck it means.
What do you mean by MPs?
They should have to, like, don't they have to define it at the bottom of the article? It's like, I'm pretty sure they have to do that. Like, what's the jargon in this? MP, motherfuckers. Does it say in that letter what an MP is? Member of Parliament.
Oh, a member of Parliament?
Yeah, that might be what it is.
So, like, congressman, basically?
Yeah.
For European?
Yeah, that, yeah.
That makes sense. MP, so I already forgot what it means. So
Member of Parliament.
Parliament.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
One terrible system to another.
Yeah.
One's just been alive twice as long. Trump says he hopes George Floyd is looking down, seeing today's job numbers as a great day for him. Here's a quote. Hopefully George is looking down right now and saying, this is a great thing that's happening for our country. It's a great day for him. It's a great day for everybody. It's a great day for everyone.
Yeah.
He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He, like, I don't, you killed him.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about it. You killed him. What? Why would he give a fuck about any of this? You killed him.
I honestly think he said that to piss people off.
Yeah, he did. He's a piece of shit.
It's the only reason you did.
Yeah. Elon Musk calls for Amazon to be split by the government. Elon Musk coming out of the left field
An
just
Amazon
like, dude,
warehouse also fucking burned to the
Yeah,
ground
I
today,
saw.
so I was like, interesting coincidence. What do you do?
Iron Man.
Yeah.
What if you saw videos of just a man flying out of the sky, landing in the Amazon parking lot, and like using a flamethrower to burn it from the top so it would burn downwards. And he's like, get everyone out, and then left.
There's a security camera of him just outside the warehouse. Just
It would be his weird way of walking, how he interacts with people too. Like he would land and he'd be like,
yeah, it'd be
you know,
way
he's
too
just-
robotic.
He's just like, he's so fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean, to be that
have social
smart
skills.
and to do the you have to sacrifice something to get the other.
Ugh. Okay, so police officer tells Proud Boys to hide inside a building because they're about to tear gas protesters. The officer said he was warning them discreetly because he didn't want protesters to see police play favorites.
I don't
Look at these armed Proud Boys, you know, which are white supremacists. And he's like, we don't want you, fine gentlemen, to get caught up in the gassing of this peaceful protest.
I don't want to say this as if I have intent, because I don't, but I really agree with Bill Burr when he said nothing's going to change until there's some fucking guy up in a tree knowing his life's about to end in 15 minutes, and he just fucking takes out a lot of these fucking guys. It was a comedy bit when he said that, but he's like, nothing's going to change until somebody fucking does this shit.
Yep. These guys can't continue to operate.
Peaceful protesting clearly doesn't work.
Exactly, and that's why rioting is finally getting attention, but they're not even drafting legislation because this administration is not interested in caring about us. It never has been.
And I'm speaking fully objectively, of course, when I say that. But it's like I don't want
Yeah,
someone
no
to
way
fucking go
threat
on a
to any
killing spree.
person.
But it's like if people want change,
People
like
gotta die.
change is gonna
Gotta
take
get out.
drastic measures. Like the French Revolution was fucking nuts.
Right.
This is a French Revolution level fucking catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we're gonna have to start doing shit if we want change. If we don't want change, we can keep doing everything. But yeah, we'll figure how that goes.
The fact that this isn't already a law, new rule: police officer testimony should be inadmissible in court without body cam footage to support it.
Yes.
Like the fact that that's
Well-
like what body cams barely ever malfunction.
Ottawa
factually.
County gets the police departments and multiple police departments around Michigan also agree that they just don't want to use body cams.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That is so awful.
I don't want to be recorded on the job. Get a different job. We're requiring that's how you operate on the job that people have decided now. That's what
Well,
we're
it shouldn't be a
gonna fucking
choice.
do. Exactly. It's not a choice for cops.
I was gonna say you're a government
But for some
fucking
reason
ran
it is.
agency. When
Exactly.
you're ran by the
And-
government, you don't get choices.
Right, and for some reason, people just like no. They pick and choose their the people that they bootlick. It's so
It was
weird.
my understanding. If I pay taxes, I pay them. So it's like
Right,
if
yeah.
we want something to change, we shouldn't have to fight for it. It's our
Exactly.
fucking money. Isn't that how this country works? I pay my taxes, damn
In
it.
theory, on paper, that's how this country's supposed to work. On the
Exactly.
Constitution,
Well, you
that's how
can't
this
read it
country's
anymore,
supposed
so it
to
doesn't
work.
matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're damn right. The Trump administration makes move to completely roll back methane pollution regulations. He's a fucking vile, sick little piece of shit. Rubber bullets shot at Swiss journalists. The U.S. shot at neutral countries' journalists, dude. Holy fuck. Holy shit.
Do you think they're gonna look at them and be like, "Yeah, they're from Switzerland. They definitely just fucking shot at a reporter." Regardless, it's
course. No, I
ridiculous,
know,
but it
but
really
that's
blows
what
that it
I'm
was
saying.
Swiss too.
I'm just saying, it's like, holy fucking
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
dude. This,
Yeah.
Like, they don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give an absolute shit at all about what they're doing. They think
They think
that
it's going to
because
be
they
a
have gotten
yeah.
away with everything from the beginning of time. So they think that they can continue to do
I
that.
also honestly think that there's a large majority of cops out
what
there that
happens.
really think that this is the police state time. This is the time we're going to switch, and they're really
Oh, I know.
really
There's-
committing to this.
That's why there's so many that are fucking wearing their or covering their names and like hiding their badges and fucking taking off their body cams. I saw a video, I don't know if I shared it on here or not, but they took off all their body cams and just hid all their names with tape and their badge numbers. Police union will not ID the officer in the Australian TV crew attack. Right? What? Okay. Use of force practiced correctly in action. This is funny.
Charles George reporting live here on the streets of Toronto, and I want to show you here something. These guys have got this guy down on the ground, and you know what? They are not kneeling on this guy at all. They've got him down. They got two guys on him, and I think that his life was not being threatened. But that's how we do it here in Toronto. This is Toronto police. 2 men on him. Instead of 1 man kneeling on him, 2 men are on him. They got him down there. And you know what, folks? This is exactly how you're supposed to detain
They don't give a fuck that he's
You're not
recording.
supposed to kill them.
Yeah, right.
This is how it's supposed to be done, all right?
You're not supposed to
if y'all
kill
don't know how
them.
to arrest somebody, I will show you how. This is how you arrest somebody.
Just goes and tackles the
I
cops.
will show you.
You
Let 'em
don't
go!
need to kill them. This is cool. Seattle protest last night on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Got the umbrellas from Hong Kong. The IRS fails to pursue thousands of rich tax cheats, Watchdog says. Oh, what do you know? Trump outs everybody from the IRS that didn't agree with him, and then suddenly, you know, now that he's got some of his
I'm
people in,
blown
they
the
are
fuck
not
away, though, that, like,
pursuing any rich people who break the law. What do
There's
you know?
so many people that work for these agencies that are just complying with this.
I know. It's just
I'm
like,
blown
well,
the
I don't
fuck
wanna
away
get-
with that. It's like
I
I
don't
thought.
want to get fired. I don't want to.
That's exactly what it
It's
is.
like if I fucking work for somebody that was doing anything like this,
You-
holy shit.
But do you know this was the same psychological report they did on a lot of the Nazis that worked? Like a lot of the
Nuremberg
people.
bullshit. I don't care though. It's
But
like
it
we're
was
doing what we were told.
it was true that like following orders is out of fear of maybe threat of life or threat of job or threat of security.
It's
like
definitely
it's a
takes
motivator.
bravery to be
Exactly.
true and to be strong, but it's time to be that.
well, it was also like I don't fucking
can all
deny
do
that
that.
either you, I, or Mariah would absolutely stand up in that position, but
Exactly.
there are a lot of people that wouldn't.
Well, yeah, I understand that. And the biggest thing though is holy fuck. Not in this country, man.
No.
It's like we should know. God damn it. If you see a Nazi, beat the shit out of him. Don't
Well, it's-
ask any questions. Cover your face.
Yeah, oh
beat
yeah.
the shit out of him.
But it's like when you stand up in those positions too. It's like we've also created a society where if you lose your job, you lose your health insurance, you lose your everything. Like with your job, everything's tied into your position, especially in a government position because they don't pay you very much, but they give
Right.
you hella benefits.
Right.
So it's one of those things where I can understand but don't agree with it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a lot to do. It takes courage to stand up and lose a lot like that. But like you said, now's the fucking time to do it.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that sucks is trying to have empathy for the people that did do those things because they, as means
Right.
is to say that they're typically low IQ
Exactly.
individuals because
Yeah.
that's who the military goes after,
Yeah.
and they are always manipulating them. And so it's not always, but yeah, at the end of it, it's just like you as a person
Yeah.
know when pulling the trigger on somebody is wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
You can know, you can
If
feel it.
and if you
will
don't,
fucking
you shouldn't
feel
have a
it.
gun.
And you should be able to
Yeah.
drop the weapon whether or not your life
Yeah.
depends on it. If you are disgusted by being told you're gonna have to take someone's life, or
Especially
disgusted by it's like clear that protest
Yeah.
and drop your fucking weapon and what?
there are some
What are you
people.
worried about? They're
There
gonna
are
beat the shit out
some
of you?
people.
Probably. because
There are
that's-
some people that deserve to die.
Oh, yeah.
Like some people have to die.
I agree.
I don't think I would have issue with that list of people, but like anyone that's innocent or has those many reasons, like you can't pull the trigger on someone for any reason that isn't as great as committing war crimes and shit like that, or child shit. That's also
Yeah.
worth killing. That's a whole nother subject though. Am I peeking? Am I peeking? Oh, Mariah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Mariah.
What? Is that good?
Yeah, I was just checking to see if I had the right mics here. No, you're good. Yeah, man, all sorts of dumb shit. Yeah, the San Francisco resident was kneeling when fatally shot by the police.
Ugh.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Fatally shot when he was kneeling?
Yep.
How did that happen?
Died after the shooting round, but police did not tell the public the man was killed or
Oh,
disclose
yeah.
circumstances of the shooting until Wednesday. Due to a perceived threat, investigations later revealed that the weapon was a long 15-inch hammer tucked into a pocket of a sweatshirt. So that's right. They thought he had a weapon, and this guy, I think he fired 5 shots at him before he
Oh my
identified the weapon.
Goodness.
I don't get that. I don't have the training that they have, and I still fucking understand that it only takes fucking one goddamn shot, and you don't have to go for the fatal shot. A bullet fucking hurts.
Right.
I don't
Show
have to
police,
know.
or show police your intentions are peaceful by being white and carrying an assault rifle.
Yeah. Yep. That looks. Yeah. I agree. That's the way to do it, right there. I would not walk by that and think that they are not insane.
Yeah. Right. FBI has no intelligence indicating Antifa was linked to weekend violence in George Floyd protests, despite Trump and Republicans' claims. Of course.
Crazy.
North Korea and Iran scold U.S. for double standard on crushing protests. Oh my! What fucking timeline is that?
Hilarious.
Irony's dead. Police deploy special tactics to disperse protesters. Are you my dad? That was shared by a fucking cop.
Wow. I don't
The
know
will
how
of
much
God
longer
will
he'll
not
be a
take you,
cop.
or the grace of God will not protect you. Yeah, you're going to hell, you stupid fucking idiot.
Well, I will see how much longer he's a cop.
Buck
Because now that
Wiggins.
this shit's out here,
Hopefully
Especially right now.
someone
I
takes
hope.
some fucking fish hooks and gives him a goddamn lobotomy and hangs him
Dude,
on the back of a
he
boat,
is-
drags him in some water for a while.
see
Stupid piece
the
of
thing
shit.
is like you could put him in a fucking line with other cops and not be able to identify him.
Yeah.
He looks like every other goddamn
He looks
cop.
like every cop that should be hit with a
Yeah.
bat. This too, if you choose to speak out against the police or our members, we will do everything in our power to not support your business.
Try us. We'll
Skippy Carroll, the
destroy
vice
you.
president, I don't know, of Delaware County Lodge, numbered whatever, old retired cops, but ridiculous. Oh yeah, here's the fucking thing. The guy shared it himself.
Try us, we'll
Try
destroy
us, we will
you.
destroy you. If you had told me back then, 10 years from now, Reddit's admins, or if you had told me back then that 10 years from now, Reddit admins still couldn't figure out how to handle racism and harassment on their site, I'd believe you. I'd believe you instantly. Do you know why? Because the problem isn't the technology, it's with the people running it.
Bam. Until
Yeah.
AI is real, technology doesn't make the decisions.
Right. Yeah, goodness, it's just kind of ridiculous the amount of shit that pops up and is allowed to just be there when it's clearly just
Wrong.
wrong. Ass backwards, back asswards.
Fucking the Call of Duty shit we were talking about.
Yeah, where they had thousands of profiles that just straight up had the N-word in it, and
There's no way that any of those counts weren't reported at least once.
exactly,
And that was completely ignored.
And then you got the one about George Floyd, and I'm sure there was 100 more. And you got the millions of people that are like, honestly, they should censor MAGA and all that. It should be a fucking hate.
It
slogan
will
at
be
this
as soon
point.
as he's out of office, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Anybody who wants to come to me about supporting Trump and everything he did for the country is like, prove it to me right now. And if you can't, I will end that conversation being like, listen, I think you're stupid unless you change your mind right now.
I really want to argue with someone like that, but there is not a single person that can support him that isn't one
I
of
love
those
watching him
people that
flounder.
argues and only gets more reinforced. Like
Yeah,
they-
that's my biggest thing. I found if you play it like my dad, where you play devil's advocate, and you're like, and you keep asking them questions, they have.
that's
to
a
come up with
special
answers.
ability. I cannot do that.
Yeah,
That's
I'm really good at listening and dismantling, and so I want to look into it more. But I've kind of been thinking about because we've talked more about how some people can't hear in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about I can converse with myself.
Oh, me too.
In my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so,
I-
but there's times where
All
I'm
the time.
thinking something, I'm talking something, and then another part of my brain is also thinking something to it.
I
It's
typically
really weird.
narrate
don't
what
really
I
know how to
do.
describe it, but I'm able to have like multiple conversations with myself at once.
I typically
I don't know if that's
narrate.
normal or what, but I've been able to really focus on it recently.
I'll narrate what I do and like talk my day out with myself
Mm.
as it goes. Like if I don't know what I would do if I did do that. Like that's just what I've always
Right.
done. It's
Like
one of those
if I
things where
couldn't
yeah,
talk to myself in my head,
I can't even. Yeah, I can't imagine that.
I don't know where I would be, honestly. I would just be talking
Yeah.
out loud all the time, probably, which would be funny.
My favorite quote is
That's all right.
I have many favorite quotes. Obviously, I say that all the time. But like the smartest person in the room is usually the quietest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you're talking a lot and stuff like that, that's one of I would imagine they're one of those people that just can't.
Yeah, there's a quote about wisdom that's really
Yeah.
close to that, or something like that. The wise person holds their tongue, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
That's
just a
very
derived
basic
modern version of that.
iteration of that, but yeah, think before you speak, basically.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly,
Christ,
yeah.
we've lost that nuance.
Well, clearly some people just can't. If they can't have a voice inside their head, they can't hear how stupid they sound.
I forget where I was going with that point, but yeah.
Good point. Fun to talk about. It's true. I didn't realize that there was psychological studies that said that was people just can't do it. I thought that people just didn't know how to do it.
That's so interesting to me. It's like, how do you process things?
If I remember correctly, I think I brought this up to Anna, and she does not talk to herself in her head. Like, I don't think she has that voice in her head.
Maybe that's a very easy way to follow faith. Because if someone's just telling you something and you can't think about it, then
maybe.
you don't have to fucking
Well, see,
process
that's the
it.
other thing. Some people would say it's like I heard a voice in my head and it blew my mind, and I was just like, what are you talking about? And so it wouldn't surprise me if for some people they truly just don't have what we believe to be a conscience, because we just... See, that's my whole other fucking thing about faith. It's like we do not have the same body, but even no matter how close we are related... It's like the shit that we could be going through, the shit that we feel, the way we react to things is so fucking different. Oh my god.
If you don't have a voice...
It's ridiculous to be relative on something that isn't absolutely factual.
If you don't have a voice to process things and stuff like that inside of your head, are you really truly capable of like critical thought?
Based in fact.
Like if you don't have that voice to process shit, are you really capable of like critical thought?
I know. It's like
it's like maybe that's why you don't have to like. It's very easy to follow something because it's comforting not having to think about that.
Maybe
shit.
that's why having people write down stuff sometimes is a really good way of forming therapy, because maybe they can't think to themselves, so when they write it down they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they have to read it to themselves, so it's actually a thought. That's crazy, though, when I think about it. Because, they don't have thoughts other than actions.
See, and that's...
What the fuck?
I can't understand that.
How does that...
I could not put myself in that position.
how does that work? If you don't have how do you have thoughts?
How do you do anything? How do you, that's, counting on your hands and shit? How do you do math? How do you, complex math problems and shit?
But then I also wonder if people just can't describe what they feel like it is. Because it's not like you hear it.
But it also takes time... alone and critical thought to really be able to form the words to describe inner thought like that. So it's like most people don't really have to spend that time with themselves.
That's
a lot of
true.
people are scared to do that nowadays.
God, I meet so many people that when you talk to them, you when they're talking about shit, you're just like, you don't like to be alone, do you? Or they keep going back to abusive relationships.
Yeah.
And stuff
Oh
like
my goodness. Yeah.
And I'm talking more on the male side here. I had a friend that worked at Roll. That was like that. It just kept going back to an unfortunate relationship, and it's just like, dude, you could do so much better, and you just don't like to be alone. Give it some time.
Yeah.
Just didn't want to do it.
That's really unfortunate, because a lot of people just don't see their worth, and they really do accept the love that they think they deserve, which is a quote from The Perks of Being Alone.
Anyone who's in the position where they can understand that has been in that position. They just chose to actually process it and sit and be alone by themselves. So it's like whenever I see that, I have a lot of empathy for those people. It's just like, I know it's rough right now, but just spend some time with yourself. It gets better, and that's always shallow advice. It gets better.
I don't know. I like being alone, and I don't know. I really enjoy it, but I do also, if you find someone that you enjoy their company, like with Josiah and you as well, it's great to have conversations and spend time together and stuff, but at the end of the day, it is nice to just unwind and have some time by yourself.
If I have a small group around me where I can talk to them without a censor, I only need 3 or 4 people around me.
If you feel we are all comfortable with each other, and that's we're in a safe space. That's all you need, really.
Yep. As long as you can have that somewhere, then you don't really need anything more than that. In my opinion, at least I don't.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, I can't speak for other people, but
yeah, that's very important to me. Cops are straight up we'll fucking kill you if you keep saying we kill people.
Oh yeah, true.
People saying, people playing music and dancing, so the cops tear gas them.
You can't use tear gas in an active war zone.
But you can use it on the civilians of America, and don't forget it.
Yeah, tear gas
I'm
is
pretty
terrible
sure that's
as
not,
well.
I'm pretty sure that's true, right? You can't use it in an active war zone. Like
I feel like you can't. Yeah, that's biological. Isn't that chemical warfare?
Yeah, it's chemical warfare.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The
Yeah,
rules
I
of
think
the
you're
game.
right.
Yeah,
I
this
feel like
is
I remember reading that one day. Oh,
horrible.
this is ridiculous. A 20-year-old student is in critical condition with brain damage after the police deliberately shot him in the head. And then 5 people were walking him to the medics, and the police started shooting at the medics.
And they were saying, we need help. We're coming to you for help. Stop shooting us. And they just continued to shoot them.
He's still in critical condition. Holy
look at him, look at
fuck!
him.
Yep.
They're loving
Take a
it.
shot. I hope he survives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
They had to
terrible.
put him down and disperse, and they were just
Yeah.
shooting at him.
At least he's still functioning.
This one man's playing
I
the
hope he's
trumpet in
okay.
front of him, and he sends 6 cops to come and arrest him.
Yeah.
Fuck you, pieces of
Oh,
shit.
this is terrible, too.
Yeah, dude has his hands up and gets tackled and arrested.
I believe there's
My
another
God.
view, isn't there,
Yeah.
too? Yeah.
He gets tackled.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, watch this, dude.
Oh my god.
Look
Yep.
at that. They fucking stumble over each. Look at them swinging their fucking batons.
They have a dog as well. And
That
some
poor dog
people,
has no
cops
clue.
have been using dogs to attack people at the protests. Like, they will just put someone down and arrest them and then have the dog sit on top of them and just bite them.
This is the kind of shit that like really makes you want to go really hard into like science and shit and like pioneer some new fucking weapons and then go to these protests and just start blowing the fuck out of people.
Surprise,
Like,
bitch!
It's like, all right, come on, let's do this.
Nano weapons that just destroys their cells.
Like the Rick and Morty thing is like, I am a god. Do you think you know me?
Yeah, I love that when he's like, "Don't touch me. Why? You'll die.
You'll
Don't touch me."
Yes. What was that? Death. What kind?
Was that
Instant.
death? Instant.
Honestly, that sounds like something I would say. So angry at this
Death.
point.
What are you? Death.
Don't touch me, you will die.
I could be a fucking god. You don't even know.
Dallas man loses an eye to non-lethal police round. That was fantastic. U.S. Park Police said they didn't fire tear gas on Monday, but tear gas canisters were found at the scene.
Where'd those
Interesting.
come
Lying bitch.
Yeah,
I know you can't get those
black
as a
people.
civilian.
Dude, are you kidding? They
Right.
bought tear gas and
Ugh.
gas themselves because they fucking, they love.
Did you see
I
a
don't know.
YouTuber roasting his
That's-
local police
yep.
department?
Huh?
No, I didn't.
I'll see if I can find the tweet. Cause
Wait,
Wade
that
said
was
it's
YouTuber
hilarious.
was roasting his local police department.
Yeah, I'll find it.
That's funny. U.S. spends twice as much on law and order as it does on social welfare, data shows.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Who didn't know? Ugh.
Right. White House security blocks Washington's Episcopalian bishop from holding a vigil at her church. Cool. A Twitter user was suspended for glorifying violence after posting exactly what Donald Trump tweets. That was within 3 days it was banned.
Yep.
Los
Terrible.
Angeles to defund police department by $150 million and instead invest in minority communities.
I found it here.
That's cool, but I'm guessing LAPD gets billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Uh,
If New
If
York
NYPD
gets
six,
6 billion,
I'm guessing LAPD gets at least 3, maybe
Oh
4.
my God, yeah.
Maybe even more.
Yep.
Yeah. The tweet here, the police department said CSPD is hoping for a peaceful night, but we are being told that protesters are now donning gas masks.
Yeah.
The guy said back that, damn, that's a real pickle. What a mystery. Why would civilians wear gas masks? It's not like the police would use weaponry that is illegal in every active war zone on civilians. That would be fucking ridiculous. I hope you guys figure it out.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't believe
Yeah.
that, dude. It's like, how can you be
Hilarious.
so goddamn dense?
Yeah.
And why the fuck do you have Twitter? Fuck the fact that
Yeah.
government entities have Twitter.
One of those things where it's
Yes.
come down
I
to,
can-
like, why do these YouTubers and comedians have to be the people calling these people out?
yeah.
Exactly. I can understand that politicians have personal Twitters because
Yeah.
of like constituency purposes, but the fact that like the FBI and the CIA do like cutesy posts like for PR reasons, it's like no. I feel like if I had a social platform, I'd be like, no, I don't want you guys on this.
We've built a government where
You can have social
funding
platforms,
is through
but
numbers.
You're not a government entity. You're not a person.
Like, you get funding for your organization through numbers. You have to provide numbers for shit. So if you aren't like getting crime and shit as a police department, you don't get funding. So now they have to do shit like this. We built the system,
Yeah, hell yeah, it's terrible.
and it does what it's supposed
Well,
to
to be
do.
fair, we
Clearly.
were born into this. Just
Yeah.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this. But it does what it's supposed to do, and that's the problem, and that's what people don't realize.
Oh shit! Caleb found his PSP.
Oh shit!
What?
I haven't seen one of those
Jealous.
in forever. I thought
Christian
those
had
small
one.
discs were gonna be like the new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm
Those
still
are so cool.
fucking amazed that that PlayStation is not releasing a
New-
console
yeah.
with a PSP dock.
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
right,
So
yeah.
easy.
That'd be
People
so
would
cool.
$100 for the PSP dock. People would eat the shit out of that.
Fucking Sony.
And then if they could put it aside of the PlayStation 5, and it would sell like fucking crazy.
Sony.
They could do it, man. Their optimization is
Sony
very
could do a lot of
possible,
things.
but will they? No.
No. Sony should make
of
PS4
Sony,
exclusives. Fuck off. and
I
bring
found
God of
out
War to
recently they're
PC.
using African children to mine the shit for their processors.
Oh my god, I saw they get called out for that. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, ridiculous little cunts.
That they
Chicago
got called
police
out, not that they
launch
did it.
investigation into officer for covering up name tag badge number at George Floyd protests. It's like you're gonna have to open a lot of investigations.
There's a lot
man.
of them.
Trump has flooded D.C. with law enforcement officers who won't identify themselves. Oh, what do you know? That's not fucking
His
terrible.
private military.
Sanders, police departments that violate civil rights should lose federal funding. And he's always on the front end of saying exactly what needs to be said.
He should
Be the president, yeah.
He should be the president, but at this point, like, it's kind of done. So he should just leave the country and go enjoy the rest
Oh
of
yeah,
his
he
life.
should go to
Oh,
Sweden
yeah.
and be neutral and live your life in peace.
Just be happy, man. Like, let us
He
deal with this
deserves it.
shit pile. You tried. Let us
Yeah,
deal with
dude,
it now.
You tried. You're too good for us.
Yeah.
My personal interpretation of Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. Bob is sitting at the dinner table. Everyone else has a plate of food except Bob. Bob says Bob deserves food. Everyone at the table responds with everyone deserves food, and everyone continues eating. Although everyone deserves food is a true statement, it deserves nothing to actually rectify the fact that Bob has no food.
The fact that this needs to be explained in, like, fucking child terms is blowing me
Yes.
away.
And it's also... People are trying to dumb it down as much as possible, but the real bridge we as
We're trying
Americans
to
need to grab...
Christianize it.
The real bridge that
Biblical,
Americans
I
need to gap is that we cannot teach these people they are this way on purpose. It's time for us to realize that punching Nazis is cool again, and that doesn't mean everybody who disagrees with us is a Nazi. That's what just a matter. But the metaphor is, people who are pieces of shit like that, they bulldoze through them. They are an obstacle. Either we don't listen to them, and we move forward, or they get in our way and we punch them, because that opinion is disgusting, it is vile, and it's an attack.
Yeah.
And you deserve to be attacked
It's
by using it. Yeah.
the-
It has so much weight to it that when you say it, you are inciting violence. And if you don't understand that words have power, you don't understand the First Amendment, because freedom of speech is not the same of freedom of consequence.
I believe that violence is
fuck
not
you
the
if you think
answer.
otherwise.
Violence is not the answer,
I
but
can say that.
violence should be met with violence.
Right.
Like,
It's-
there's no peaceful way to deal with violence.
Right.
Violence, maybe I'm wrong, but like, at least from my eyes, it's like you have to meet that shit head on. Like, there's no way you can just negotiate them down. They want to fuck people up, so we have to fuck them up
when
first.
you say the N-word violently, or when you do a Nazi salute unironically or even ironically in the face of a protest, you are saying that I want you, like, I'm reflecting people who wanted to kill you. Whether or not I believe it, it's ironic. I'm saying that when you bring up your cause of the world being better, I'm going to bring up people who murdered those people and not only stop progress, but poisoned all of humanity with this distillation that genes will make you inferior than another.
I mean,
That's always been around, but he made it so modernized and popular.
It can be
Hitler
argued
did in the
a
40s,
million
still
ways
is.
morally why it's wrong.
Ridiculous.
It can also be argued a million ways objectively why it's wrong too. That kind of attitude holds us back from becoming a better civilization and a species.
And as long as we keep listening to those arguments is where we're wrong. Though we know that
We-
they are
yeah,
wrong. So as
exactly.
long as we let people like Dennis Prager, motherfucking Candace Owens, people like that going up there and saying, this isn't the best the black community has to offer. That is casting blame on the black community for anything that's happening. Nothing that's happening is their fault. They're being killed.
The quote, evil can only prevail when good people do nothing, is from the Bible, isn't it?
I don't know if it is, but I love that quote.
I was gonna say I've heard that from you. I can't remember where it was from, but
Yeah,
that, I was gonna say that's what's going on right now.
That was on a bright yellow podium with, I believe, a skull underneath it from our ex-Marine 7th and 8th grade history teacher.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. I had it on the podium. He kind of fell apart towards the end, and like his opinions got really wild, and they had to do one of those things where you're fired or you're not. But
that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, they're color changing.
The tints, yeah, wow.
Amen.
It's really obvious too. Like,
yeah.
It's not, yeah, that's cool.
Inspired by U.S. protests, some Belgians want colonial king statues removed.
Yeah,
I hope they go out there and just fucking do it. Get rid of them. I love that we're tearing down those statues. Let's get rid of all of them across the country while we're at it. I would love for everything to come out of this and to see, hey, Star Wars here. I would love to see, see us come out of this and fucking watch the Confederacy little bitches that think not only is it still alive, but that it matters. I want to watch them whine about it.
I hope to see in my lifetime the future of humanity is borders, like no borders. Like once the new space age has started, so like that's in the future. That should be coming.
Exactly, and it's like we're gonna be once we get into space, we're gonna have to create superstructures that support superstructures. We're just gonna keep expanding.
Right.
And we're gonna have to get beyond the limits of what we know as boundaries and plot lines and the fucking country lines. We're gonna our fucking
but if
population's gonna explode, and it's like it is.
Yep. But if we can't collect as a people and agree that race is just fucking stupid and we're all one people, if we can't agree as a people and do that,
it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of your way.
Have you ever heard of
if you are distracted by race, gender, or sexuality, you need to be held back and learn some more because you are factually inadept. You cannot function in society because it is holding you back from being able to help the rest of us progress. And that's for the sake of the humanity. That's why motherfucking global warming is so bad, because we continue to put off all this shit, and a big part of it, I don't know if you've ever heard Sanders, he talked about a little bit, but environmental racism, where we just don't help communities of poor color with environmental things. All the time, and then we also dump all our shit there. We give them all our cigarettes, we give them all our dumps, we give them all our fucking nasty that's where we allow permits for disgusting businesses, essentially, where businesses can be gross. But they do that on purpose.
Have you ever heard of the Great Filter?
Yeah. I just watched that video the other day.
I quite think literally this is the humanity's great filter. The new space age has started. If we can't get over this petty bullshit, we're not going to make it.
We're not finding life. I think that the great filter, I think the filter is behind us. I think that life is pretty rare. We haven't found it, man. I'm like, granted, we have places to go, but
do you know how far we truly have gotten out of our solar system?
Not far.
We haven't even gotten to another system yet.
And so my biggest thing is, like, I just hope that we don't now at this point. It's like, because he's right. If we find life, like, oh shit.
Well, my favorite thing is
because it means that
Carl Sagan said once,
getting off the planet is not rare, and it's not. We've never been contacted, so holy shit.
Yeah. Well,
we died because of something.
It's one of those things too. Is like, we could not just be operating on the same level that they are. It's like the universe is infinite. From our understanding, if you run the smallest possibility an infinite number of times, it's bound to happen. So it's like there definitely are civilizations out there that are just so far beyond us that they, like, radio waves that we communicate in is like
they can't contact
is ancient. And
there's a bunch of ways that can debunk that theory, but when you look at it just statistically and realistically from our lifespan idea, like, we're gonna live realistically 100 years. And that means absolutely fucking nothing in the grand scheme of space. Well, I mean, now it kind of does.
Realistically now, but in 40 years, we might be able to extend that.
That'd be cool. I really hope so.
I'm
the
work is being done.
I'm really hopeful about humanity progressing, us being able to live longer and stuff like that, but we got to get our shit together.
I highly believe
really bad at that.
I highly believe that life is out there. My assumption though is, like, I know the reason why no one's contacted us is, like, don't you think that it'd be awful fucking narcissistic to think that they would want our information out there. They look at us and be like, that's a bunch of racist monkeys.
I mean, that's true.
With nukes. They'll blow themselves up eventually.
But what about us? What do you think we would do that? Do you think if we found life, we would contact them and be like, we shouldn't tell the people? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I think that if you look at the time period of the universe, I still think we're primates on the whole thing. Like, we're definitely not a civilization worth of contacting right now.
We've barely gotten off the planet for real.
Exactly. So it's
we've
like
been in space stations for what, the past 40 years?
Remember in the Orville, like they had to really like get super advanced before they were like revealed themselves to the population.
Right.
That fully well could be what's going on. They're observing us to make sure we don't become too hostile. If we become too hostile, they'd take us out. You can't be a spacefaring civilization without crazy fucking technology.
Right.
We don't have crazy fucking technology compared to what it could be going on out there.
Yeah,
we're just going to start getting into space mining.
We have no means of surviving in space that isn't like fucking a marshmallow man suit. Like,
I do think that like if they looked at us and saw us and they had the technology to really communicate with us and shit, I don't think they really would want to hear from us. Like, we have nothing of value we could provide them. We're fucking racist. We're assholes. Like, maybe for you and I, sure. But, like, as humanity as a whole, that's what they're looking at. It's like individuals don't matter on that scale.
Yeah, so I would agree.
That's
the whole idea of the Great Filter is, like, if life isn't rare, it does mean that we are inevitably fucked as a species. It just matters. It depends on where does that happen.
But I mean, a great filter.
It could mean a long way from now, but still.
A great filter will be different for every species. So it's like we're in a fortunate situation where our sun isn't gonna kill us for so many years, whereas a civilization, could just be hitting that point, and that's their great filter. How the fuck do we get away from this?
The great filter one that really upset me though the most was the idea that is the ability to truly become a civilization that can get to space. Theoretically possible in the way that things evolve, that they're always trying to get the betterment of each other, that they'll just be the downfall of each other by destroying the planet before they can actually get off. I was like, well, shit.
That's exactly what I was just going to bring up.
Probably the most realistic one.
I was going to say, I truly believe that our great filter is we're just going to blow each other up.
We're going to kill each other, yeah.
We're just going to nuke the fuck out of each other.
We've seen that we can do anything. Like, the humans can fucking do all sorts of crazy shit.
When I first learned that Einstein refused to be a part of the project that made nukes, I wondered why, but he didn't want us to have this access to this technology because he knew exactly what would fucking happen.
I am destroyer of worlds.
I am death destroyer of worlds is one of the most haunting fucking quotes I can pull out of anywhere.
Yeah, and that guy wanted that.
That's terrible.
He practiced that quote in the fucking mirror, jerking off.
The morning of, he was just like,
today I learned about the Christmas pickle, a supposedly German tradition where you hide a pickle in the Christmas tree, and whoever finds it first gets a reward.
My family did that
which
one
is
year.
Something we did.
Yeah.
What?
Apparently, this is a well-known tradition in the U.S., but not of German origin, and in fact, completely unknown in Germany.
I was gonna say
that's so funny because that's exactly what I was
taught. I don't have German heritage, so I don't know why my family would do it.
I'm German because my grandfather was German, or no, my grandmother's German. My grandma so that would make me, I think she's full like German. Maybe she might be.
You did this though?
Yeah, we did this every Christmas.
I have never heard of this before.
This exact pickle too. I saw the picture and that's why I shared it.
Yeah,
it was literally
that's
this
the exact
pickle.
fucking one.
It is, yeah. What?
Yep. So we hit the pickle.
I thought you meant like a real fucking pickle.
Yeah, no. I found the pickle.
And I was like,
like
hell yeah, the pickle's the reward.
I feel like there was one time. Ew, in the tree? No.
Well, if it's packaged.
They put it. No.
You know.
Take it out of the packaging. But yeah, I got it a few times. I was always proud of myself because there was like.
What's
13,
the reward?
14 grandchildren. You just get to open your present first. Grandparents.
Oh, that's cute.
It was a fun thing to do when we would do that back in the basement of my grandparents' condo and whatnot. But then my grandpa just couldn't do it anymore. He just didn't. He was too grumpy to be a part of it, really. He didn't. I understand, but he didn't like being around all the kids because they drove him crazy.
Oh yeah.
Bruh. White people been shooting your schools for years. Now y'all want to ban guns? Fuck this country. Walmart removes firearms and ammunition from some stores amid nationwide protest.
Yeah.
Like, so when they were storming the Capitol, you felt no need to maybe, I don't know, do anything about that. But now you're thinking that, oh, these guys don't have guns. Let's definitely pull it. That's not race triggered at all. That's not riot triggered at all. That's interesting. Walmart.
If you really want to
fuckheads.
get fucking crazy, like, we are definitely not in the main timeline. We split off some fucking time ago,
For real.
and we're spiraling out into the end of the world.
Excuse me.
I hope we don't see it in our lifetime, truly.
Ugh,
But
yeah.
it's on that way.
Great news coming out of all of this. Jake Paul
Yes.
is charged with the Scottsdale looting.
Yeah,
needs
but
to
he was
get
a-
the fucking chair.
He wasn't charged with anything that'll put him
I
behind
know,
bars.
and he's
which
a
makes me
millionaire,
sad.
so it won't mean
It's
anything.
annoying.
But the internet is once again super happy that he was arrested, and I hope he sees it.
And the internet
Fucking
never
idiot.
forgets. They will keep throwing this at him until the day he's dead.
There are no good cops, but there are good people. Hand in your badge.
Bam. I
Prove that
agree.
you support us. Because the cops do not support us. APD gets water splashed on them and immediately fires into the crowd. Look at this.
Is it? Oh my god.
Ding. It's pepper shit.
yeah.
They're not. Yeah, they haven't. Sometimes they'll kill you. Like they also
Oh, maybe.
beanbags and the rubber bullets if that's what they're shooting.
I
will
mean, if you
definitely
use a
fucking
metal
kill you.
BB gun, you can kill somebody. You just have to shoot the right spot.
And I love how none of these cops have fucking died, but we've already had civilians die, and it's just like, oh well, they could still. I can't believe these rioters are destroying property.
Yeah.
It's like the cops are still fucking killing people.
Yeah.
Ugh. We said Black Lives Matter, never said only Black Lives Matter. We know all lives matter. We just need your help with Black Lives Matter, for Black lives are in danger.
Beautifully said.
Yep. Thousands of Hong Kongers defy police ban to commemorate Tiananmen Square victims at Victoria Park, which is Tiananmen Square, on June 4th, which you're not even allowed to talk about. I watched a video, which is really scary. It was like in the late 90s, a reporter from a different part of Asia that has a democracy came in and was interviewing people, and he said, it was on June 4th, he's like, can you tell me what the anniversary is today? And people would look at him and it'd be like, don't record me.
Yeah.
It's like, no. And it's like, and people would walk away and they'd be like, no. And one person asked him, is like, who are you? Show me your badge. Show me, who are you? Show me your badge. Because they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's why I
If you've been
admire
found
the
out to be
Hong
talking
Kong
about
protesters.
Tiananmen and stuff like that enough, and it catches wind by the police, they'll
We
come
in
and
the
fucking get you.
United States are protesting against a very large power, but the people in Hong Kong are protesting against a very brutal and large power.
And they will not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised they weren't massacred again.
I am.
Just because they knew the world was watching. I
It's
think
not
that's
over.
the only reason why it didn't happen.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it's also
it's
not
just
over.
like it's very could likely happen again.
They could
still.
just very easily shut down the internet. We'd never fucking know.
You're right.
And
Yeah.
then just kill them.
Exactly.
Anyway,
If done right, no one would have to know.
this poor woman, she passed away, possibly passed away to respiratory issues due to being on the front line exposed to tear gas while protesting.
Oh my goodness.
Tear gas is lethal. Trump uses the military to prove his manhood. The president's response to the coronavirus that killed more than 100,000 people was lethargic and ineffective. But when it came to a few hundred anti-racism protesters, it was time to call in
Yep.
the troops. Yep.
Of course.
I didn't realize what the flag was. I saw someone driving down from Walmart towards me really fast. They had an American flag and they had another flag that was blue, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a Trump flag. And they barreled past me. I didn't get my time. I didn't get the chance to flick them off. But yeah, if I see that shit, like if someone's behind me with that flag, I think I'm gonna get up like NASCAR style out of my window and double flick them off and be like, you are shit. You are worthless.
Do I?
It's like
Get a
it's like,
vest.
come hit me, because I would love an excuse to break you.
Get a vest.
Yeah,
No,
I know,
bulletproof vest.
honestly.
I know I need to get a gun.
They quite literally might
I need
shoot
to get
you.
a gun. I know I need to get a gun.
At this point, they might think they can.
I told Mariah I think I might just get out some cash, like $400, and go get a Glock.
I could not argue
Oh,
anything
funny.
against that.
They'll be like, if I go in,
I'm considering buying one
Dude,
myself.
I should get a Confederacy hat and put it on right when I walk in and be like, I'd like to buy a Glock. Be like, here, we'll give you a discount, and then I can just like burn it on the way out. I'm just kidding. I would never let that shit touch my
I was
forehead.
gonna say you might burn if
I
it
would put a
touches
Glock
you.
to my forehead
Yeah,
before I'd put a
honestly.
fucking MAGA hat or a
Did you see
Confederate
what
flag.
Al Sharpton said about the
Terrible.
Bible thing that Trump did?
No.
He was like, I've been a reverend since I was a child, and I've
Never
never
seen
seen a
this
single human being hold a Bible like that. Yeah.
Mhm. He did it for the. Do you know who Legal Eagle is?
No.
We'll watch the video when this is done, but
Oh,
Mariah and I
it's
watched
so
it today.
good.
The way he depicts all of it. He also showed us something we hadn't seen. Did you hear they had Black Hawk helicopters in D.C.? They were flying 50, like 25 to 50 feet above protesters. So it was like three of them patrolling D.C.
About that?
Yeah, I know,
exactly.
right?
And you could see it blowing people over as it was just hovering above them.
That low?
And the idea that at
low.
any point in time, one of those things could open fire on you, a Black Hawk, something
that's
that we
all
made a
50
whole fucking
that's 50
movie
caliber
about
all the way
because
around.
it crashed in a different country, you're going to deploy those on our civilians.
Those have the 50 caliber turrets all around, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
what people joke about being as a sexual gender identity is like, well, I'm an Apache helicopter. It's like, well, Black Hawk Down is the same fucking thing.
Like 50 caliber rounds inside of the guns that they have would obliterate a building. If they open fire on civilians, there wouldn't be much left from civilians.
Yeah,
That's
there was
terrible.
fucking the fact that our president was flying military attack helicopters above citizens to get them to shut up. He needs to be nuked. Someone, please get all the citizens out of D.C. Call in all the Republicans for
This
a
is
Ku
why
Klux
I'm really
Klan rally
concerned
and
about
bomb
that
them.
march on Washington. It's
March
like
on-
before.
Al Sharpton is calling for a march on Washington
Yeah.
August 28th, and I really think that I'm going to take off time so we can go.
I would like to go, but my whole thought is like before, there was a very reasonable, more reasonable government in a terms where they were not going to open fire because of PR and reasons like that. I don't think they give a shit anymore.
Well,
No,
I
they really don't.
actually
We'd
just
get hurt.
watched a
Like, that
video
could
yesterday
very
of
easily go
protesters who were in DC, and there were like buildings around them, and they had some guy was going around with a spotlight, and there were officers in the apartment buildings, and it looked like they had snipers.
That's
And
exact.
so that's fucking terrifying.
Dude, watch them. I swear to Christ, they're going to open up on citizens. That's going to be amazing.
That's why.
So disgusting, horrifying to watch, and it's exactly what
that's why
gonna
I
happen.
want to go, but that's why I'm also have
I know, that's also why I
reservations.
kinda don't want to go.
Like, I'm already nervous to go to the one on Sunday, because I don't know, you never know with the police nowadays. It's just terrifying.
I was thinking, it's like, if I saw my uncle on the front line, I would get in his face and I'd be like, hand over your badge.
Come with us, protest with us.
It's like
dick.
it's like this family thinks that you need to stand up.
Family in this day and age.
None of my family thinks that. except for me,
Almost
Caleb, and
means
Levi, maybe.
Political opinion matters more than family at this point.
Yes.
Well, yeah, right
many
now, because
people.
your political opinion, if you side with the right, is so incredibly hateful, so incredibly
Yes,
exclusive for such a majority of people.
Yeah.
And is so suppressive for the rest of us that it doesn't make sense. Where ours is good for everyone, factually proven. And if arguing that is you are arguing against people who are smarter than you. It's just like those people have dedicated their lives to. And so I would come to you if I was looking for someone who can weld or somebody who can, I don't know, run a cashier well and help me balance a checkbook. But holy fuck, if I'm going to go to somebody about economy, like, I'm going to go to somebody who's been doing it forever.
Yes.
And it's like Robert fucking Reich. He's been doing it forever. And his words not only make sense, but are inclusive for those who need what our government has set up and doesn't use.
At the end of the day, my only loyalty is to what's right. So it's like if my family
exactly.
disagrees with what's right, I don't give then they're wrong.
They're wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then that's
like the quote you showed us is like, nobody is informed, or nobody is entitled to an opinion. You are entitled to an informed opinion. No one is entitled to be ignorant.
Yep.
I dropped that on my parents the other day, and they were kind of like,
I fucking
"Oh,"
love
and I was
that.
like,
quote.
yeah, I know. It's you got to think really hard about that. Please.
Do you
reflect
honestly know
on it.
want to know where I got that from?
Where?
When I took that psych test and found out I was the INTJ personality, that's one
funny.
of the quotes that
Good
was
one.
from, and I was like, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Trump's own former defense secretary just compared him to Nazis.
Yeah.
That's fun. Mattis. Fuck you, Mattis. Video captures police officer in Florida kneeling on a black man's neck during an arrest. That's great. Fuck you, CNN.
I don't even want to fucking know what's his motivation behind that. He definitely was doing that out of
spite and out of
spite.
hatred. And
He knows.
Is this like
All
an
cops
attention grab
know.
at this point?
Every single
Yeah.
cop in this country knows what is happening and why people are pissed, and specifically what made it happen. They know. And if they don't know, they are lying.
And if they're doing it, my only thought is that they want to be the next cop that gets their fucking life destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
What else could be the motivation?
See, here's what I was thinking. It's like, I'd gladly, I don't know, I'd probably just fucking die. But, like, if I saw a cop, like, if someone had Seiko down and they were kneeling on him, on his neck,
Oh, yeah.
and they were doing and I kept telling them to stop. I feel like I go tackle that cop.
Oh yeah, no.
They're like, no, you're gonna kill him.
Commit. Yeah. No,
It's like
that's.
I would go lay on top of I'd go
Yeah.
put my body on top of him and I'd be like, fuck you guys.
That's one of those things where like I jump into the
This is
air,
it.
dead weight.
Oh, yeah,
and, like, try to
for
knock
sure.
him the fuck off his legs.
I would look at those other
Police
officers
gotta
and be
go.
like, are you going to fucking do anything about this? Get his knee off of his neck, or if you don't, I'm going to do something about it. A fucking civilian, do your job, you dick.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Ooh.
I would get real close to be like, you get this off of him, or I
Yes.
swear to Christ, the people's power.
I'd-
You will feel us rip your limbs.
Honestly, the best way to get him off him, honestly, get really close to him and just start touching his fucking face, and just slapping him. Like,
Oh,
what
we
are you
should
gonna
bring
do about it,
water
bitch?
guns.
Yeah, what are you gonna fucking do
Yeah.
about? I'm not touching you. I'm not
We can bring
touching
the
you.
water
Act like-
guns just in
yeah, they just
case.
get really pissy and then they probably hit you. But hey, then you got
Hey,
kids.
no, that's when you prep your right hook, man. You gotta have a plan, after plan. If he, the minute he looks at you, you fucking throw it. And you gotta commit to it, because he's gotta go down, or else you're not getting away.
Hey, if you can uppercut him real quick and slip into the crowd, you probably get away.
Oh yeah, the crowd would also probably barricade too. So it's like you
Oh,
just
yeah.
gotta get into the crowd.
Jesus Christ, dude! But I couldn't imagine seeing something like that happen.
It'd be like that one
Yeah,
Avatar scene.
I wouldn't be able to sit
where
back. I'd be
Aang
like,
gets
yeah,
away
that
from the
man's
Fire
gonna
Nation.
die, and if I will not be able to live with myself.
The
if I can stop
emotion
you.
that I would be processing that when I would see that, I've never seen it before, so it's like I don't know I'm not gonna process it in a way that is peaceful.
No.
It's not
I
gonna be
already
pleasant.
get so angry when I see these
I just can't hear
posts.
about it, videos, anything
And
like
I
that.
like
Oh
my
God.
teeth get like I clench my teeth and I don't even
beat
realize
the
it.
shit out
I'm
of
so angry. It's not okay.
3 self-proclaimed members of the far-right Boogaloo movement were arrested on domestic terrorism charges for trying to spark violence during protests.
Yeah.
I mean, good, but put them away forever, please.
Honestly, at the end of the day, just pick up a big rock.
Honestly, and smash them.
At this point, yeah. I don't. Yeah,
Turn him into a
yeah.
custard.
Yeah.
Feed him
well,
to some.
I was gonna say I'm not really
milk
inciting
cows.
murder. I'm just saying knock him the fuck out and run, break his nose.
Let's try some human-fed
Yeah.
steak. Let's feed a cow a bunch of inmates, just their brains, and see how good that steak is. You know. I don't know. I don't feel like it'd be inherently evil steak. It would just be really, really nutritious steak.
Is that like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
And then you can use that for mulch because use their fucking the fucking cow shit from all these dead stupid humans for mulch. Beautiful for manure and
Fertilizer.
I feel.
Fertilizer, there you
I
go,
feel like their
fertilizer.
organs are all pretty worth money.
That's true. You could probably actually. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the brains. Smash their fucking heads and
Well, I
you
mean,
feed the
study-
brains to cows.
We don't know anything
Give
about
them
the
super
brain.
Smart meats.
Studying a brain of an asshole, we might be able to understand what fucking
Oh
what's
no,
going
I
on.
agree. That's definitely needs to come first before we start smushing them into cow meat.
Smooshing. I mean,
Oh,
how?
word.
I think after a certain point, it's like there has
just
to be a
wonder-
small population of these people.
It's-
I can't imagine that like this is in hordes.
I just wonder what it would do to a cow and then a cow over like, I don't know, 10, 50, and then 100 years if you fed it just straight, and maybe not even human brains, just like nutritious brains. Like what would it do to the meat, you know? Would it make it healthier? Would it make it what I wonder if it could trigger certain reactions in you, like because that's such a chemically loaded thing. That brain.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I think for everything that's going on though, like it's the sad reality is that like this opinion will never disappear. There will always be people that will always think it but never commit on the actions, and spread it to people who will commit on the actions. And I think that's a sad reality because it's like you can never tell what someone's thinking inside of their head. And when they try, and if they're smart and they know how to take advantage of people, they can do it behind closed doors very
Exactly.
easily.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
So it's like the sad reality is like until we figure out how to handle that, like we have to at least obviously get it out from being systemic. But it's like I don't know, we can truly never eradicate this fucking horrible opinion.
Yeah.
Because if it would have been gone after the Nazis, because we fucking
Well, we beat the shit out of it.
yeah
and
we
didn't leave.
and we didn't take too kindly to we handed out the death penalty pretty loosely.
Yeah.
Unless they were really smart. That we don't talk about that though.
Yeah. All former officers involved in George Floyd's death are now in custody. Thank God.
Yep.
No more tolerance as New York police arrest dozens of peaceful protesters. That's great.
Isn't peaceful protesting part of that Constitution we can't read? The right to peacefully protest is, I think,
pretty sure.
or peacefully assemble Is
yeah,
the
right
exact
to assembly.
term?
Yeah,
Yeah, right
the
to assembly.
Yeah. That's in the Constitution.
Yep.
You're right.
It might even be in the Declaration of Independence. I don't
It
know.
might be in both.
Yeah, right.
But it
Fuck,
is in
I
the
don't-
Constitution.
yeah.
It's the Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment. I don't know.
That one of those third.
It's in the top
Third,
10. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
The freedom of assembly.
Yeah, no, it's one of the original
I'm
ones.
pretty
Yeah.
sure it's the third. But
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, right, yeah.
Who cares? Because it's not being exercised
Yeah,
properly.
I was gonna
anyway,
say
and they
those
don't
words
respect
don't
it, so
matter
it doesn't
anymore.
matter.
All they are is words.
Yep. A constitutional crime is treason, and you should be treated like a fucking terrorist when you go against the Constitution. And we need to update the Constitution.
I was gonna say it's really hard to
Yeah, we gotta update it first, and then
Yeah.
and then when you are
Or
adhered to the standard of the Constitution, if you break it as a public official, especially someone who's paid by our taxes, you have to follow the Constitution to a strict code. If you cannot, because that's too hard to be too perfect of a cop, don't be a fucking cop.
I wouldn't be surprised with how like they use their words so specifically if they're like, well, we can't read it, so it's like the Constitution really isn't real.
Yeah.
I would like if they're really taking this that literal. I honestly would not be surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me either. It's like they could just edit what it was online, and would we ever really know? We can't fucking read it. It's
No
like
one
we'd have to get
fucking
a
goes to those
scholar-
sites and reads
a
it
scholar
anyway.
in there, and what they're gonna let us read it? No. How do we
Yeah,
even know if
no.
it's the real
Right.
one at this
Yeah,
point?
fuck, I don't know.
Nick Cage has a real one.
We need. Where's our Nick Cage? National treasure.
Tacoma police restraint of Manuel Ellis caused his death. This was a month or two ago. He said he can't breathe. Them restraining him killed him.
If you don't say that when you can't breathe, what are the words to make someone stop? Because I'm confused.
Nothing.
Because that's what I would say.
There's nothing.
But I don't want to die. So what else do I say?
Shit. Everybody that's coming up with excuses is fucking wrong.
So sad.
Whoever's coming up with excuses is a fucking
If-
cunt.
if
You aren't
you
just wrong.
think-
You're an ass.
If you think that, oh my God, that somebody that you have arrested needs to be sat on, like anything other than their hands and their legs, like you can sit on their fucking waist and they'll be fine. But sitting on anything above their waist, it makes no sense, especially if they're handcuffed. And it's like you also have vehicles. If they're being crazy, you have another person come with you and you both sit on their arms. You don't sit on their breathing. What the obvious.
And if you really want to be a dick, you also have a taser.
Yeah, you have yes, you have a taser, and those are still relatively lethal. But fuck, it's better than a gun. Better than you choking a fucking man to death. Yeah. Never forget when former NBA player Mohamed Abdul-Rauf used to sit out the national anthem before games to protest unlawful killings of unarmed black men, which ultimately led to him losing millions of dollars and cut his NBA career short. This was over 20 years ago. Same
Wow.
shit's happening with Copernic or
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. I would say it's Copernic.
Copernic.
Copernicus. That's who I'm thinking.
Yeah,
when I
poor
say
guy. That
Copernicus.
happened like 3 years
Kaepernick.
ago now. Kaepernick did was
Yeah.
kneeling,
And it's
people
getting-
were so angry.
People are listening to him more, but the idea is people was like, stay in your lane. It's like, but fuck you. You're white. You idiot.
He's helping. He has a voice. Let him use it.
Like Laura Ingraham and those idiots. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, for you to say that you can speak into black communities' lives more than black communities means you should be hung.
The only lanes I believe in
I
are the
fucking
lanes
hate
of
you.
intelligence.
Laura Ingraham
It's
should
like
die.
I don't enjoy speaking to people who are stupid, and those are where I consider lanes. You can think about whatever the fuck you want. If anyone's telling you can't think about certain things, it's because they're not capable of that critical thought.
Exactly.
It's like don't tell me what you. I don't put your fucking frustrations of how stupid you are on me. It's like if you can't understand these honest truths at this point, like these are truths. These are it's
we
what's
move on
honestly
from,
right.
We move on from ignorant opinions.
Yeah.
And I was talking with, this was like a year ago now at this point, but I was talking to Seiko and Ethan about it. This was when Trump was going after Greta Thunberg. And Seiko said, it's kind of ridiculous, but I kind of agree with Trump. And I said, in what fucking way?
Yeah.
And he said the fact that they have a little girl in front of this cause, and you can't argue with her because it's seen as attacking. I said, Seiko, the beautiful, you need to see the beautiful metaphor there. Because you cannot argue with global warming. And he looked at me and I said, look me in the eyes. As we cannot argue this. We have proven this shit is happening. And this little girl is pissed off.
Yeah.
And all she's doing is looking at what real smart people are telling us. All of the smart people
The hilarious
are telling
part
us.
is the people who deny it have released their declassified documents saying that they knew it was going to happen.
Exactly.
And they knew how to deny it.
Exactly, and they've been denying it for decades.
The whole scheme has been laid out like in front of us, and everyone's still like, yeah, nah.
Ugh, did you see this one? This worker was wearing a BLM face mask, and these two officers said, "We don't feel safe coming to eat food here." They ordered food. We don't feel safe coming here to order food. We want to talk to your superior.
Oh.
She said no.
No.
They said, "Do you have her phone number?" No. And it's like, well, we're
Good.
gonna get it. Can you get us in there to get it? And she's like, "No, I'm not." And it's like, fine, we'll find another way to get it. And it's like, I'm sorry, you have a gun, a taser, and a badge, handcuffs, and the right to arrest any person you want, and you're scared? You should be arrested.
I was going to say, the crazy thing about police is the only thing they have the right to do is when you've committed a crime. They can't demand things.
Exactly, and they should be put in right. And
no
I mean, they
demanding.
weren't forceful, but they were trying to get her to, and that's wrong.
It was gonna say
they were using their power
Yeah.
over her, which is
Yeah.
an abuse of power.
That's what I mean by demanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an abuse of power.
Yeah, there was this girl on Twitter, and she has been posting about just everything that's been going on with Black Lives Matter, and someone wanted to get her fired, and they requested that she be fired to her manager, and the manager was like, do you know that I'm black? Like, what? No, she is not getting fired for standing up for Black Lives Matter, you stupid ass.
Yeah.
Dumb bitch, don't come back. And if you do, oh my God, you'll learn why Black Lives Matter. In RoboCop kills numerous people, even though through Asimov's laws of robotics, that should prevent a robot from from harming humans. This is a reference to the fact that laws don't actually apply to cops. Oof. Donald Trump's press secretary says police who attacked Australian journalists had the right to defend themselves. From what? From what? He was sitting on a milk crate. The person with the mic was sitting behind the cameraman.
What is defending?
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This guy was driving, and he stops at an intersection, and the police just shoot at his car because he was concerned that they were going to walk out in front of him because he thought they were going to cross the street. And so they think, look at this. Yeah, they're at an intersection, and this guy stops, and they shoot at his car.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, he starts
his
yelling.
Wife
And
is
his pregnant girlfriend's in the
pregnant.
vehicle,
Yeah.
and they say, "Look at this guy. This guy's mad." And they're like, "Get him to go.
shot
Get him
tear
to go."
gas at him,
It's
right?
like, you guys are fucking shooting at me, and you guys
Terrible.
need to be more careful. And they just fucking light him up. Close the door, dude.
He's just like, look at this shit. Yeah, it's like, get some cover and then do that.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
I know. I would walk into the front of my car and I'd just be like, "Fuck you!
Yeah.
Keep hitting me." If they started shooting us with pepper, if it was rubber bullets, I'd turn
Adrenaline
around.
at that
But if
point
it
would
was
take over the pain.
If it was pepper, I'd be like, all right, shoot me right the fuck now. I'd get on my knees and I'd put my hands up and I'd be like, keep shooting me. But I wouldn't move. I'd probably just crawl closer to them. Please, keep shooting me. It was like, get the idea that you don't have power. You just want to hurt us. And fine, keep fucking hurting me. But as soon as I feel like my life's in danger, it's like, man, you might see me go fucking wild.
This is gonna get to some Red Dawn shit really quick.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the people versus the police very quickly.
So I don't know if you've seen this graph, but people killed by police forces, annual rate per 10 million people. Here's U.S. overall, 28 per 10 million people. You know,
Well, yeah, it's definitely worse in other
and
places,
then, so U.S.
we're
over.
a
But then
first
look
world
at this:
country.
Black Americans, 57.
Yeah.
Wow, didn't see that.
There's the disconnect. But then also look at this: Latino Americans is 2 higher.
My God, I did
So-
not see that the races were defined on a fucking
on its
country
own
list.
plane.
Terrifying.
With other countries because of our prison sector and our murder on the way that
That means 150,700,000 fucking Black Americans are killed, and it's by 10 million, so it'd be 300 million Latino Americans.
over the past I would think long time, but because it's a large
Oh, is that
number,
57 or 5.7?
It's 57. So
57, okay, yeah.
I don't how to exactly apply this. Maybe it has in the comments the best way to describe it. I don't know the best way. But let's see. Fun fact, police in Ireland have killed 1 person in the entire history of them being an independent country.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
That's very good. very impressive. My goodness.
Even the killing rate of white Americans is shockingly high. Where is white Americans on this? Does it say? Oh, white Americans 19. It's lower than it's. Holy fuck! I didn't even see that.
Isn't even worth pointing out.
Oh my god! It's so much lower.
Respect has come.
Welcome to racist America. Fuck it. I don't even want to look at it anymore.
Yeah.
New Yorkers said fuck the police, so the police rioted. Historic uprising against police brutality in the city has seen the arrest of nearly 2,000 people, including me, the person who wrote this.
My gosh.
Oh, here's a nice thing. Solar costs have fallen 82% since 2010. That's cool.
Wow.
That's good.
That's why it's getting.
That's a lot.
It's become such a big market. Donald Trump appears to have committed felony voter fraud. He applied for to vote in Florida when he was still registered, I believe, in D.C. or something like that. Or no, in New York. I'm sorry. He was registered in New York and he wanted to go. He wanted to vote in Florida, but he was still registered in New York, which is voter fraud.
Do we want to impeach him again?
They should. That'd be amazing.
It's like, hey, what? He just doesn't give a fuck
There's
anymore.
the fact that the impeachment didn't stick the first time, and they know they've all given up. They don't give a shit. It's all just a fucking.
They're waiting for the
it's
next
a ride.
election.
Yep, they're like,
They're
who cares?
banking on this fucking election.
Yep. And then I saw a terrifying comment is that if Joe Biden gets elected, everything might just go back to normal because people will be like, well, we beat the evil that was Donald Trump. It's like, but the evil is still fucking very present in the Senate and the Congress and in Democrats and in Joe Biden.
I really believe the Democrats have no fucking game plan.
No,
if
they suck
he
ass.
wins
Yeah, they're
again,
just
it's
like-
over.
They're just like, Joe Biden, please win this.
Yeah.
We want some money. And
Which
we
is
will not
fucking
give
crazy
money.
that they just banked on Joe Biden.
Yep. It's like, you kidding me? You could have at least picked Elizabeth Warren out of all these people. It's like, I don't like her. I mean, Bernie, obviously. But it's like Elizabeth Warren was leagues ahead of Biden. And it's like, at least she hasn't sexually assaulted somebody.
Yeah, like
At least almost every other candidate hasn't sexually assaulted somebody.
you know you're fucked when that's the standard. Has he sexually
You know
assaulted
your fucking
somebody?
sexually assaults aren't a standard.
It's like, all right, at least you can be a politician.
And someone like my dad always says, politicians are always accused of sexual assault. And I always say what about Bernie? And he never fucking answers me. And so Bernie has never been accused. No, I take that back. Bernie has been accused and they're always immediately dismissed because he can prove they're not true because he's always fucking working. I believe he's been accused by bad actors that were easily dismantled. So they never even made it to court.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. But it's obviously happened because my
Playing
dad's
with
right.
the
It
doorknob?
does happen.
Are the
But-
cat's playing with the doorknob?
Huh?
The cat's playing with the doorknob?
Oh, I think Gabriel's up.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I'll go check. Maybe there's an intruder.
Intruder.
Oh my god, it's the police.
But it's like if he said out loud, it's like, well, all politicians get convicted of sexual assault. It's like, then why are you fucking voting for them?
Right.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I feel like I wouldn't vote for somebody who was convicted of sexual assault.
Nope. Absolutely not. I don't
And if
understand
you didn't know,
people's
and then it came out
standards.
later. Why would you vote for them again?
Yeah.
It's,
Makes no fucking sense. People are ridiculous. They can just like run themselves around in circles, and then they're just like, no, I'm good. I'm making sense.
Or the people who just drop and are just like, well, yeah, that's just how things are.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. So
That's
much.
just how the world is nowadays. No, it doesn't have to be.
It's like if you studied history at all, there are very many times when it was just that's how it was, and people were like, yeah, we're just gonna start killing people, and then it changed.
Yeah.
I mean, in history, there
again, I'm saying it's like I'm not saying I would kill a cop, but what I'm saying here is that no cops have died, and obviously they're still not fucking listening. They've killed a lot of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a war. Maybe it's time to take a life because it's time to find that piece of shit cop that is kneeling on that guy, and it's like, well, tackle him and give him put
if
your
you
knee on
want to
his
go
neck.
through like history, I can think of like a few times where peaceful protests actually inspired change, and the civil rights movement was one of them. But it was fucking bloody too. Like it's like a lot of these things all
But
comes
they'll
down
deploy
to
the
blood.
military as soon as we kill a
It's
cop.
like I'm not gonna be the one
As soon as they kill a
doing
cop,
blood
don't
unless
worry.
it gets to that
Rioters.
to a terrible point. But it's like I'm objectively speaking, blood is what changes a lot of things throughout
But
history.
you're damn right.
Yeah.
They keep killing us, and
Yeah.
that's why we're demanding change.
It's like history. There's very many times where the people in power started killing the innocent, and the innocent were like, all right, well, we're not going to take that, and they overthrew the government. It didn't happen. Well, I mean, our country started from overthrowing government, so it's like we should at least be sympathetic to the idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I'm thinking
in
tomorrow I might go check out to see what the
Constitution.
gun stores got, because I'm not bringing my gun to the protest, obviously.
Yeah,
That's a
right.
terrible fucking
it's
idea.
for self-defense.
But from here on out, I think I'll just keep it
Home.
in a safe in vehicles, and I don't know,
Mhm.
keep it on my belt when I'm driving.
This is also why I want to learn some
Put it in the
hand-to-hand.
belt box. But yeah, oh yeah, I know. I have a good reaction time. I'm just not trained properly.
I want to take a self-defense class.
Krav.
Hell yeah.
Krav.
Yeah.
Oh.
Krav
yeah.
Maga.
Let's
The
do.
Israeli
Let's fucking find something this summer,
Military
dude.
force
and
fighting style.
Honestly, we
I'll
should.
I'll look up and I'll find a class for all of us
Yeah.
that's not expensive. Jeremy Welsh, I'll talk to him and see
Yeah,
what
he
he's
knows
thinking.
Krav,
Great fighter.
right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure he was training Krav.
great fighter.
But
Trump
he was a
admission
fighter,
loosens
so-
field administration standards amid
a really
COVID-19.
good one, too.
Yeah, he was. Oh my God,
This
scary.
is fucking terrible. Denver County Sheriff gets up early to beat the crowd. That's what this shirt says. We get up early to beat the crowds.
That guy in the very
Wait.
back looks like a fucking Neanderthal.
I know. Look at that. He's
And the guy to the
Ugh.
right of him too looks like the
crack
like
addict.
a caveman white guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awful.
Like they do. My God.
Officer accused of pushing teen during protest has 71 use of force cases on file. That was the guy who
Yeah.
pushed the black girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Why is there not a
Fucking
cap at like
asshole.
1?
And I think he was only a cop
I-
for 3+ years.
Why is it
at this
not
point?
0?
Yeah, exactly.
3+
It's like-
years
and
at
if
this
it happens,
point.
you're done.
71 seems like
Disgusting.
710% higher than it should be.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous, dude.
Like, you're
Asheville
blowing your
PD
limits, buddy.
Deploy medic station for destroy the medic station for protesters. They stabbed water bottles and tip over tables of supplies. Look at this.
They're in like fucking military riot gear, man.
the
I don't.
Gestapo.
Yep,
Where did they
I've been
get this
seeing that
fucking
too
money,
much.
man? Why
Right,
wasn't it not
they get
going
all our
to
money.
people?
President Trump tried to register to vote in Florida using an out-of-state address. That's the one I was talking about right here. That's good stuff.
Motherfucker.
Initially thought these were small bushes in a gravel flower bed. Nope, Boston protest 2020. Keep it up. Let's do this.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
Wow.
In a strikingly poignant metaphor, the largest free-flying American flag in the country was torn apart last night during severe thunderstorms in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Accurate.
That's if that's not God literally
The
smiting.
thing, right, and the thing that makes me laugh is this is where the blue line goes to when they put it
Yeah.
on their fucking flag, and
Yeah.
it's just fucking gone. Yeah, God was like, rip that shit
I was
out
gonna
of
say
there.
if there was any evidence for Christians that this is going wrong, that would be
Yeah,
that.
that would definitely be one of them. But nope, it doesn't conform to the idea that God supports Trump, so fuck you. Anyway, moving on. Trump demands journalists correct stories on the use of tear gas. According to CDC, it was tear gas.
Yep. Dickhole.
Peaceful protesters outside the White House 20 minutes after curfew.
Curfew.
Curfew, right?
You think
American
you can impose a
people.
curfew in this country?
Right.
Disgusting.
Louisville police chief fired after no body camera footage of shooting. Good, but he should be
Good.
put in prison.
Yeah.
All lives matter will not matter until Black Lives Matter. Thanks
Yeah.
for helping these black kids get mining jobs. Kids in Congo were being sent down mines to die so that kids in Europe and America could play imaginary aliens in their living rooms. Black lives do matter for Sony, both for PR and supply chain. Children mining in the Congoan, the rugged volcanic mountains of the Congo. They were building, or they're getting stuff for their computer processors. Pieces of shit. Die. Whoever made that decision, prison. Gen Pop. Gen Pop prison, that's what you get. If you're raped, I'm sorry, you get what's coming to you.
See, it's
Well,
like
you're
I
not
agree
sorry.
with that 100%, but it's like our Gen Pop prisoners shouldn't be the ones handing out justice.
Yeah,
It's like we shouldn't
be
we should be the ones handing out that fucking beating.
Yeah, we should go back to public trials like back in the day. And it's like put them up there and hang them,
Stone them.
stone them. Yes, we all get stoned. Pay for stones, capitalism.
It's like fuck it.
Fuck it, full on capitalism stoning.
Yeah,
Pay
it's like if you guys want to
$5
commit, I'll fucking commit, but punishments are gonna be rough.
$5 for a 3-pound rock, $10 for a 5-pound rock, 25 for a 10-pound rock, and a
Lib left.
yeah, and like a fucking trebuchet.
Trebuchet. I mean, yeah, mini trebuchet.
And whoever gets the killing blow gets like the pool of money. You can all put money into the pool of who will kill him.
I would imagine I would hope it would be within like the first 4 or 5 rocks if the rocks were big enough.
Maybe we
If it wasn't, you guys aren't throwing hard enough. Get some passion in it.
Yeah, I'd want to start with the weak people though, so it obviously hurts, but they're just like, oh my god, this is gonna get so much worse. Like I want, suffering has to happen because they made so many people suffer, and they laugh and they profited off.
I can't imagine blunt force trauma is a very pleasant way to go.
No, exactly.
So like I mean, like getting hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat like 3 times
honestly,
would probably be a pretty bad.
Maybe we do it's a bonus round where he's wearing a helmet for the first 2 minutes, and the last minute for the third minute you take off the helmet and everybody gets rocks. It's like the people who wronged him get the first throws at his body with really heavy rocks, and then everybody else they take off the helmet and we all get to throw rocks at him.
I won't lie for like I'm all down for firing squads again too.
Oh yeah,
line them up against a wall.
Sure. And the people that wronged him should be able to have first pick at shooting him. Honestly, they should have to go through a psychiatric evaluation to see if they're capable of being able to take the revenge. But if they want it, it's theirs.
This is also unfortunately why probably space
It's
civilizations
barbaric,
won't want to contact us. Is that like this is the only way humans change is by fucking murdering each other.
Viking land.
It's like not an ideology you really want to spread through the universe.
Yeah, people keep telling me to run to be a politician. I was like, nope, can never do it. My opinions are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no. I would get shut down immediately.
Yeah, Republicans would be like, did you know he had like an account? Look at this. Listen to him. That would go bad. Yeah, there's a Twitter account that got suspended in 3 days. That's fantastic. Nice. Just copying Trump's tweets. This is crazy. Pompeii fast food bar was unearthed in ancient city after 2,000 years.
All history is modern history. We don't know anything.
Yeah, we're all idiots.
Every civilization before us is smarter than we thought we were. They were. We are just ignorant.
Yeah, the more we learn about Egyptians, holy fuck.
They were here longer than we thought. Like the Sphinx. My favorite thing is that Cleopatra is closer to the making of the internet than she is the building of the Great Pyramid.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. Oh my god, I never realized
that.
That's ridiculous. This punk ass president had peaceful protesters tear gas so he wouldn't look like a bunker bitch.
Bunker
hey,
bitch.
Mr. President, you're a piece of fucking shit, and we all see right through your tiny micro penis, and we're ready for you to fucking hang.
I can't.
Moving on.
I was gonna say, fuck politics. I can't wait to smoke. Like, let's smoke something.
Yes.
Fuck politics, and there it is.
Go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear Dad, of all the balls in the world, I'm glad I came out of yours from your swimming champion. You should get that for your dad because you play fucking water polo. Look at this. This is the love we need.
Yes, that's cute.
This guy's funny. Have you ever seen his videos?
Mm-mm.
He's made a bunch of vines.
Cute.
Alright, let's see. Nope. What the fuck? Move your arms, grunde-legged. Get out of here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, Mars.
Yes, hell yeah. I love that. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, fight this sister.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get our poster board. We gotta get a strong umbrella just in case we get tear gassed. Michigan has been all like completely peaceful. I haven't seen anything bad about anything.
I haven't either. So. And so I'm not like.
But you never know.
I'm not that nervous, but.
But you never know.
Exactly. You can never be too prepared for anything. Unless you're, like freaking out about it.
We gotta think of something clever to put on our signs.
Yeah, I
Let
don't
my
know.
people go. Let my people breathe.
I'm scared of the protests because if it gets violent, I'm definitely going to commit and like try to make the change there. So it's like if I'm going there, I want to make
I'll
sure
get hurt.
so one.
Yeah. Let my people breathe. Is that too far?
Yeah, I was gonna say don't claim anybody. Our skin color doesn't.
Oh yeah, that I didn't even think that. Oh god.
Say my.
Let the people breathe. That's actually a little bit better. Let the people breathe. Let our people breathe.
Like
Let the people breathe.
Government.
Small government.
Fuck off.
Don't tread on snake.
You get to,
Don't kick snake.
Let's just go straight up rebellion. Don't tread on. Straight up.
Anarchy.
Mm.
Come look at this fucking meme and tell me that it isn't everything about your life.
Hold on, let me pull a spring weed.
Yeah. Shibbity hibbity bibbity boo. Biggity bing, biggity bong, biggity doo. If anybody's wondering, this is a video of Minnie when we gave her acid. Okay, look at this. Hey you, yes you, I know, you are a Marvel fan. Leave your wife and kids. I don't fucking know why, but I love these ironic pictures of Robert Downey Jr.
Speaking of Marvel, someone made a really good fucking point where it's like Hulk did the same fucking thing as Iron Man, and everyone
And
played
more
off like it was fucking nothing.
Right.
And
And
Iron Man
he
just
destroyed his
died, and everyone
masturbating
was like,
arm.
Damn, that sucks. It's like I didn't even
Huh?
notice that in the movie.
Cuties.
Jake Paul charged with misdemeanor trespassing, which is not enough, after mall looting the whole of
Hang
Reddit. Hang him. And Logan Paul will film it. This is great. Sir Ian McKellen holding a protest sign of his friend Sir Patrick Stewart in a meme.
That's so adorable.
yeah,
I
they're
love
friends.
his scarf.
Their friendship is adorable. They're both fantastic people. He makes Lord of the Rings such a believable world. And he had to act alone for a lot of that because
Yeah.
they had to make all those people smaller. I don't know if you've
That's
seen the
crazy.
green screen set, but even when he acted with people, he had to be, like 6 to 10 feet away from people. And so he was always interacting with nothing, and he said he got really depressed.
Aw.
I need to watch those movies again, dude. I haven't watched them for real in a long time. Yeah, look at this. Look at this beautiful little man. I love them. Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, they're both great.
That's adorable.
The loneliest people come the furthest.
Morgan Freeman.
You know he fucking come for that.
I always wanted to be able to do an impression of his voice.
I can't see. I need to practice impressions more because I'm not bad when I really work at it. But it's so cringy to try to do that impressions that until you're really good, it sucks to do.
The only ones I really want, the one I really want is Bill Clinton, because like the comedic purposes that I can use that for.
Dude, I fucking the animators that I'd always fucking talk about, Psychic Pebbles and Oni, they can jump into a Peter Griffin voice, and
those
they
two.
do it so ironically.
Yeah. Those are fucking great.
Hey Lois, I killed the kids. Holy crap! They do it so well. Holy crap!
And it's what you're right, because it's like we look at people like Seth MacFarlane, it's like you are a talented fucking man, but if anyone who didn't have his name was doing that, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on inside your head?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, like Herbert the Herbert the Pervert.
Yep.
People would try his voice. Even when you nail it, I hate you. Don't do it. Stop it.
Yep.
It's like, and it's not that it's a bad character. I think the character's hilarious. I think that you are not funny.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the voice itself isn't funny. It's the jokes with it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even a joke. It's
an
setup.
accumulation. Yeah.
And it's typically the visual gag.
Yeah.
There's
a lot to a joke, and people don't.
It's an animated show for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Gonna tell my kids, my grandkids, this was the swine flu.
Yes.
Good
Same.
shit. Blurs the truth. No, Velociraptor world. We're in the cooch.
No.
I think I saw it was Norway that's like on the dick or something. It's like they never get sunlight because they're between the dick and the taint.
Dick in the taint. The devil's driveway.
The devil's driveway. Deuteronomy 25:11-12. If two men are fighting and the wife of one of them comes to rescue her husband from his assailant, and she reaches out and grabs him by his genitals, you shall cut off her hand. Show no pity.
No pity.
What the hell happened here? What in the absolute fuck? compelled you to.
This is why it's a fucking rule book. It's like this is not religious shit.
Some dude was beating the shit out of his, I don't know, probably a slave. And the slave's wife was like, please stop, and tried to grab him by the legs and accidentally grabbed his balls and pinched him. And the guy was like, you devil woman, cut off his hand, and then probably raped her to death. Because, you know, that's what they did. And people like to pretend that's not what happened.
We are not a species made to last.
By the age of 12, if you hadn't been around rape, you were like the most privileged child. Even the privileged ones. Like, prima nocta was so normal. Like, the sex was so fucking abusively used back in the day. It's just,
Here's a fun theory. We don't get contacted because we developed intelligence by complete fucking accident.
And we hate each other for it. Also, if they really could observe us, not only would they realize that we hate each other for having different versions of consciousness, but they'd realize we hate ourselves for having consciousness. Which is absolutely true. And they're probably like, fuck, I don't want to fuck with that. Because, yeah, you're absolutely right. Different species probably have a different version of consciousness altogether. And how can we perceive that, ever? How can we perceive consciousness of a different animal, even, let alone something else that could perceive its thoughts to us?
There's something in Skyrim
like a crow.
Kind of a dark joke. There's a oh, my bad.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute.
In Skyrim, you get a scream, or a yell, or a shout. That's
the N-word.
But if you shoot it at a dragon, it has to land on the ground because it makes the dragon experience mortality. And it's like that.
I love
There
that.
is some dark humor in that where it's like,
oh no.
It's like, oh.
I want to land, or if I fall, I die.
It's like, this is suffering. What have you done to me?
No.
So
there's an episode of Futurama about that with Bender. It's great.
So maybe they look at us and they're just like, damn. Like, I don't ever want to understand what it's like to be like them. That looks like it's fucking terrible. That's also why I think it's just an accident we developed intelligence, and that's why we don't have similar intelligence to us in the universe, because we're fucking dumb. We think we're smarter than we are, but we just manage to make nukes and shit.
Right, and to think that other things think the way that we do
is ignorant.
Yep. Ignorant and self-centered. Yeah. Arrogant.
Especially on the cosmic scale of infinity. It's like infinity is unimaginable. I mean, once you get to about 1 billion, the human brain can't imagine truly what 1 billion is. There's really no processing for numbers that bigger because we just didn't develop doing math that big. So.
Right. It's like even when you can see 1 billion things, which is like sand.
Yeah.
You still don't think of it. You think of it as a surface.
Yeah.
You think of it as something, I don't know, something you can dig through at least, but solid, something you can build off of, let alone. And so sand is just sand at this point. But you're not processing how much, is really there. Because you also can't see the bottom of it. And that's the thing with the $1 billion. You can't see the bottom of that.
Look up on Google real quick. You can just go on images. How far Voyager 1 is from our solar system. And then just click on images. This might give you a little more hope that life could be out there.
Well, so here's my thing. I agree that life is out there.
It might be closer than you think it to.
Right. My biggest thing is just have they not contacted us because they can't. The same way that we can't.
Well, it's like if they developed a different intelligence, maybe they developed a communication through microwaves instead of radio waves.
Yeah.
Like we're just not looking for that because that's not how we communicate.
Good point.
There's so many ways to communicate that it's quite literally impossible for us to match that. Yeah, you can put it up here, and I think I can show you. Yeah, that might be the right. I'll show you the distance. Yeah. Okay. So.
Wow.
Excuse me.
We just got out of our solar system into interstellar space, like in 2017, 2018. Like
crazy.
We really truly won't know. Like Voyager 1 will reach the next star system in 17,000 years. There's actually a paradox in space where it's like, when should you actually start exploring space? Because at a certain point you might scientifically advance far enough that something might just surpass Voyager 1 and just be faster. So that was what will happen to us, but we will never truly know until we see. We won't see, at least, exactly. And at this rate, we won't see for a while. Like, our telescopes are strong, but we can't see the surface of shit.
Right.
If we wanted to do that, we would need a telescope the size of the moon. That's completely possible for us to do that. We can build that in space. It wouldn't be
Halo
it would
ring
just be
telescope.
a big deal, but it's like we could then see shit like that, but we don't. We can't. We have to work as one species to afford that.
We have to. Yeah, we have to come together to understand that progressing.
That
our
is almost
species
impossible for
just
us.
in general, not only on this planet and saving it, but also getting the fuck off this planet. We need to understand that our money needs to be put towards that, not towards a few thousand people that run our government.
If we don't get off this planet, humanity won't survive. That's the only way we survive.
And do we really want Elon Musk to be the one to populate the new planets? No.
Honestly, survival instinct from humanity says I'm just happy everyone gets out there to continue the species. Because it's like we do have an interesting species to a degree,
But it's like we can pick.
yeah. Oh yeah, there's a choice.
He's somewhere on the list, but towards the top maybe.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say
I need more empathy from some kings.
might be farther than the end. He's smart, but we need to be able to talk to people too.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I keep blowing this phone around like it's nothing. I need to go claim the insurance on it. I've been fucking it up.
Came out of the bathroom, Apple was just kind of in the shadows
Look
of
at
the
that.
cat room. I wanted to get one of those. Yeah, that's super
They're
cool.
cool.
Apple was in the shadow of the cat room, and she was just looking at me like she was ready to jump. And in a split second, like I heard kind of sound like a vacuum. She was gone and at the window.
Oh
And
my
she took
god.
off, and she was a huge poof. Like you just see her tail shadow. It's funny. Speaking of empathy, as I went up, I was on Reddit, and there was some meme about transgenders, and somebody said, like, it's like, this is funny and everything. It's like, but I really hope you didn't have to go through this. Like, it was making fun of people who make fun of transgenders.
Right.
And somebody said, oh, found the commenter with too much empathy. And it got downvoted into absolute hell. But people were like, found the person who thinks emotions are a crutch. It's like, for you to think that emotions aren't relevant today is factually incorrect, because emotions are a chemical balance. Like or imbalance in ways if you have.
You're supposed to feel things.
You know, like anxiety. Exactly. Anybody who thinks that you shouldn't be sad or you shouldn't be able to express yourself, shouldn't be able to cry, is an idiot. They're wrong, and they're broken.
They're sad.
They're very sad. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
They're sad fucking people.
And they're scared.
Yeah, they're scared is when they're embarrassed.
I could not imagine where I would be if I didn't understand emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like to walk around,
Ugh.
be scared to feel things.
Mm-hmm.
Like would.
Or to just walk around and not give a fuck about what other people feel.
Yeah,
How
holy fuck.
ugh. That'd be terrible
There's an
too.
accumulation of things, like just a little bit of psychology can open anyone's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me how many people don't know what empathy truly is, because I had explained that to people when I was
Sympathy and
when
empathy
we were
some
at
people
work
think
and
are
we
the
were
same
doing
shit.
our fucking work goal board bullshit, and I had to present to everybody. I said that I wanted to be more empathetic, and if I remember correctly, someone said, "What does that mean?" It's like, what?
You
I was
have
like,
you're setting a pretty high bar for yourself on the empathy charts. I think you're already pretty high on the. That
well,
list.
I know, no, I am
I don't know if you can really aim much higher. You're pretty high.
I have so much empathy, it's a weakness.
That's I was gonna say,
I'm working on making it a strength rather than
Yeah,
a weakness.
and-
But my empathy makes me weak because I don't like confrontation. I don't like putting people in situations that I know that me and people I love can handle and take care of. It's like if someone needs help, it's like I'm trying to do everything I can to make their life smooth sailing. Because I'm and I'm so anxious that when little things go wrong, it derails everything. So when I'm trying to help other people, I'm like, I don't want anything to go wrong. I was distilled like that by my mother because my mother takes care of us that way.
We also read faces.
And yeah, she does that too.
Very fucking well. Like without it's one of those things where I didn't know that was something people didn't normally do. Like my entire conversation goes off their reaction phase. And then as I studied, it's like the face doesn't lie. The face always will show exactly what they're thinking the minute after you say something. Like it's an immediate reaction. And as you go through that, like, it's really easy to. Maybe that's where empathy stems from too, where there's just a course of you don't like a feeling, so why make someone else feel like that?
Exactly.
A lot of people think sympathy and empathy are the same thing.
Yeah, and they're not.
That's
Sympathy,
very different.
yeah. Sympathy is awareness of someone's poor situation, specifically. Actually, let me look up the definition. But sympathy is situational, where empathy is not only characteristic, but is it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
It's understand. Yeah. Where sympathy is getting along with and supporting, empathy is understanding. So
I think a metaphor for empathy is the soldier in the hole thing. I think I've told you guys a couple times where a young soldier was in a hole and screamed for help and was in there for 3 days, and then an older soldier came by and the kid was screaming, "Hey, help me, like I can't get out of this hole, like I don't know where to go." And the soldier jumped into the hole, and the younger soldier was freaking out and asked, "Why did you do that?" And the older soldier was like, "I've been here before, I know the way out." That's a metaphor in a sense for empathy.
Okay.
I like that. Okay, I'll help you. Come on.
It's just like, it's okay, I understand, like I can help you.
And this is
this is
kind
a
of
little bit more than empathy, but
okay. I guess this one's a little bit better. Oops. So yeah, the idea here is sympathetic is you console with the situation, but being empathetic is helping, trying to make a difference, understanding that you are also affected. The biggest thing I see here is that both of them are frowning. So empathy is a big part, understanding the feeling. And everybody can relate to understanding a feeling. If you can't, there's nothing wrong with A, admitting that, and B, understanding that you can go get help, and you might be able to
definitely
feel something.
And
if not, you can come to
make you a
terms.
hypocrite.
Yeah, you can still live a life. And
they will just learn. They'll just learn how to cope with that and cope with learning how to live that lifestyle now.
Yeah,
and
we need
that's
to really get
healthy.
a hold of. We really need to get a hold of that idea of non-judgmental doctors and law enforcement and all that. It's like people ask you a question, people need to be able to ask all sorts of questions like that.
Of course,
for a race that has only intelligence on its side, we have spent no time into self-development of the brain recently. Like there is no focus on therapeutic help, no focus on psychological advancement, really.
Well, it's because it's seen as a weakness.
Especially
what's
by
weird
our
is that
current president
that's all
and
that we
stupid
have,
idiots
though.
that work for
Yeah.
It's like we are not a strong species. There are many species that are stronger than us. There are many species faster than us. We are the only thing we have is our intelligence, and we treat it
And
like it's a weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. God forbid some fucking lions start developing thumbs and, someday you just see them crawl out with, like, a weapon and you're just like, wait a minute, what the fuck? If you ever saw a or
Chimps
apes.
are using spears to
Definitely.
fish.
I mean, that's obviously the closest one. But, yeah, you saw any animal harvesting a weapon, I would just be like, holy shit.
The ape
I mean,
uprising.
two things would happen. We would be like, that's incredible. Let them have their place to live. Just make sure they don't kill you. And then the other half of the world would be like, yeah, we're going to go kill them. And they would go kill them. Because that's how the world works.
Because they would want to study them for science.
What kind of fucks me up
No,
is
they would
like,
just want to hang them on the wall.
what is it? What if this is like the rotation of the Earth, where it's like they're starting to begin their Stone Age,
to a degree. And
Yeah.
we're finished. We're gonna blow ourselves up in the modern age, and the world just keeps progressing. Like the best species eliminates itself, and the new species takes over, and then that species eliminates itself right as the other one starts to go.
Dude,
And that's
SpongeBob
why
becomes more relevant
So
every
much
day.
history is unknown.
Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous how much is just lost.
SpongeBob has
SpongeBob's relevancy
gold.
is never lost.
Gold.
Did you see this?
I'm gonna,
Oh, yeah.
like, this is the shows I'm gonna show my kids. TV won't be a thing when we have kids.
Right there, I'm gonna
So,
I'll
yeah.
have discs that I'll put on a DVD because we're not gonna have shit connected to the internet unless I give it to them, and
Yeah.
they'll be locked. the
Yeah,
fuck
I
away.
also do not want them to have any technology until they're like a teenager
I agree.
because
And I feel like our
I
family
am
won't have
so
social media
terrified
beyond
of-
No.
personal
Ugh.
blogs because I think that's what I'm gonna start
No,
doing. Is
I'm
posting
not-
pictures and stuff that we do where people can't comment and
Per-
it's not a place where you go to see
Well,
other people's
I don't
content.
even- yeah.
If you want to know about me and what I'm doing, you go to what I'm posting on my blog because that's where I want to save pictures on the web.
It's gonna be like
it's kind of what my free
it's gonna be
Adobe
video
account's
logs once we have AR. AR is gonna be a real thing in like 10 years. It's really gonna affect like
Did you-
personal
Well,
life.
I
so-
honestly don't think that I'm gonna post any pictures of my kids on my social media
Yeah, I
because
think we'll just be done with social
I-
media by the time we have kids.
they also can't
It's the
tell
only way
me
to
if
be
they
happy.
want their pictures posted. That's a really big deal. I wouldn't have want my pictures posted when I was a baby. Like, and people are fucking creeps. Ew.
Yeah, oh yeah.
People
It's like
will,
you
like-
and I. We all can be aware of the effects social media has on us, but when we still feel it when we go on it.
Mhm.
So it's like regardless of that we're aware of it, it's like we can't stop it. So it's like the only way to be happy and rid of that feeling is to never touch it.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I completely
It's inevitable
I
to feel
completely
it.
deleted my Facebook at this point. I mean, I never really used it.
Did you figure out how to link your phone number to Messenger?
No.
I gotta figure out how to do that because I want to delete my Facebook account too, but I don't want to lose Messenger.
Oh yeah, you will. They're dicks about it.
No,
They're-
I
I'm
deactivated mine, and so no one can. I don't think anyone can really look up me.
I feel like
or
I remember
anything.
when I deactivated on my computer, it said if you use the account for like posting or I don't know if messages are included, but I'm pretty sure it's
Mine's deactivated, and my Messenger still works right now, and it has. So
Well, I'll just have to give it a shot. I'm in a few group chats with my friends that I play games with that I just don't
Yeah.
have my number, but I can just give them my number.
Yeah, I know it sucks, but Facebook is one of those things, and
That's the worst one.
And Instagram and Snapchat also, they're also owned
Awful,
by Facebook,
yeah.
and so I'm just thinking, it's
Yeah.
like I got to get off
Yep.
both of these.
yep, honestly.
Right. So this one has some nuance to it. No more rubber bullets. No more rubber bullets. The authoritarian economic right.
The tone is everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No more rubber bullets.
Actually, inflection here would be
Please,
everything.
No more rubber bullets.
No more rubber bullets. No more rubber bullets.
Live ammo.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yep. You got people who are saying switch to live ammo. You got people who are saying, what the fuck are you doing? Stop using any kind of violence against people. You what? And oh my god.
I can't.
How is it
can't
get over
stand-
slavery, but 9/11 is never forget? This dumb bitch. More people died in 9/11 than slaves ever.
Holy shit.
The
I've been on
education
Twitter
system
on
has
and
failed
off
you.
for about 11 years, and I can honestly say, no word of exaggeration, I think this is quite possibly the single dumbest tweet ever quote. Leaves of a cabbage. Is that what's in your head? Just 5 wilted leaves of cabbage? You fucking
wilted
vegetable.
My first
Good
reaction when I read
God.
that is, where were you raised? Because the education system there has fucking failed you.
Yeah, and not only that, your parents should be.
Your parents
fucking
failed you.
Yeah, they need a psych evaluation,
Y-
and you need to be put in wherever Pine Rest is for you.
Rehabilitation.
You got to be there for a few years.
We need to make racist rehabilitation camp.
Honestly,
Camp's a bad word, not camp.
we
don't
do
like
need
say
to
camp.
classify racism as what it is, a mental disorder. If you
Yes.
hate people because of a skin color, you have a mental disorder, because the rest of us don't, and we are happy. You do, and you are fucking miserable.
What was that Reddit
Like,
quote
I
about the
complain a lot,
mods?
but I'm a pretty happy person.
The problem isn't with the technology, it's with the people who run it. The problem with people with psychology who could define that as racism is like the problem with the people who run it, and what could define it is
the same with our
is
country.
the
yeah.
exact same problem. Yeah.
And
They
the thing that
probably
pisses
think-
me
yeah.
off is people act like, well, if you're happy, how could you say you want to change the government? It's like, you can be. So, I'm good.
Right.
Other people aren't. Let's
Right.
let's just
Yeah.
make that baseline. But on top of that, it's okay to want better when our country is incredibly fucking rich, the richest country in all of history, and we, it's it escapes me that people think we shouldn't care about every citizen. If you think people that are lazy shouldn't get cared for, you and I have a fundamental difference of the human value. You think people should have an economic value. I think all people have a value as a person. And if we disagree on that, I believe that's un-American. And if it continues to show that Trump and people like that continue to run, then I'm un-American and I'm fucking leaving.
Right.
Because that's what it's proven to me. So many people are like, well, abortion is everything. So
yeah,
that's what I got to vote for. It's like, that's not American. It's like, well, that's
they
what
make
our
that their
values are.
only voting point.
I found that arguing morally with my parents is bad. So my argument when it comes to that is like, we're the richest country in the world, right? You would say that, right?
Right.
So then most people would agree with that. So I instantly go to the point where it's like, well, all these other countries who don't have as much money as us can do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone can tell you that we can't and we have more money than them, they're fucking lying.
Because here's the other thing. We grew up believing we're America. We can do anything. Let's fucking apply that logic to taking care of the people.
Ever since I've grown up, politics is like, nope, we can't do that.
But everybody thinks, no, I don't want my taxes going to that. It's like, well, look at what your taxes are going to. The police state. Look at that. They're getting so much money. Why do you think the military gets such a large sum of taxes every year?
If they tell you they don't want their taxes going to something, tell me what your taxes are going to now. Give me a layout. Do you know exactly what's going on? Do you really give a shit?
I remember reading currently, if you make around $50,000 to $60,000 a year, you give anywhere between $50 to $100 a year to food stamps. But you also give about $3,000 to $4,000 worth of money to the military. I'm not kidding you, dude. It's crazy. I'll Robert Reich laid it out. I'll show it to you. Over a year, because I paid $4,000.
I was literally just about to say, I figured I would want to pay more for food stamps.
Right, exactly. And you can't pick. Obviously, you give them the
like
taxes and they pick where it goes. But Robert Reich laid it out. They get almost $1 trillion, and the past few years they spent over $1 trillion. Well, we don't even spend $1 trillion on every single other program combined. And so that's wrong, completely wrong. We have incredible technology. We can stop spending money on the military for the next 10, 20, 30 fucking years.
For a year,
Oh my god! Even for a year, a trillion, take $1 trillion for what we would spend on beautiful toys that I'm sure Donald Trump has bought the crazy amount of in his presidency, and we invest it in low-income communities like everybody's been suggesting. I really hope we get there.
You can't be a party of the people if you just fucking don't spend any goddamn money on the people.
This is
like
great.
there are for a country, I guess. Don't fuck politics.
How old is that poor girl? What's a gynecologist?
Oh.
I don't know, Mama.
His fucking laugh. Oh my god.
Get out.
See, that's what I'm saying. If my kids come to me with some shit like that, I was like, you're not in trouble. That was the greatest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Get out.
I will always make that a rule of house. Honestly, I want that maybe even print out on a sign for a fucking wall in my house. And I'm not a super white person, so I don't like signs. I mean, I guess we have a bunch. But it's going to say, it's like, you can make any joke you want, no matter how dark. But if it's not funny, you're fucking screwed. Like... I will applaud you, and if you get a good laugh out of me, I'll be okay. But like, if you're saying some stupid racist shit in my house, I'm like, okay.
I'll definitely fail as a parent for reasons like I would not know how to raise a kid on that standard. It's like that is a whole new style of parenting that had you basically would be inventing that parenting style where punishment is.
I want my kids to be able to say exactly what they're thinking, even if it's fucking volatile. But I need to know what they're thinking to be able to help them, no matter what it is. And that's a very therapist and psychiatric point of view, but that's the right way to go about it.
Being able to take
what you're thinking, and it's okay to think everything.
Yeah.
You just have to know what to act on. You can have terrible fucking thoughts. It doesn't make you a bad person. Your actions,
but yeah, that's why
followed
they should
by your words.
Tell their parents whatever they're thinking. Like if they have questions, if there's something on their mind, of course you should say it.
being raised with the compassion from your parents that I think you were is definitely going to be something that like you're able to do what you're doing with being like forming a new style of parenting because you're really just removing the one thing.
Yeah.
So it's like there's just like so it's like my dad was definitely an authoritarian parent, so it's like my whole idea of parenting is just fucking yelling. So it's like I have no goddamn idea how to do that.
Yeah, it was
I'll be
kinda the same
taking
way for
notes,
us. We
so-
just didn't argue a whole lot, but we never got a whole lot of say either. Pride flag for people who are only sexually attracted to Luigi. See, if my kid came to me with something like this, I would be so proud I'd show him our dildo collection.
Yeah, that's
Our
hilarious.
Luigi dildo collection.
It
runs in the family, son. We're so proud.
It's like finally.
No.
It's like now I know you're my son.
Yeah, like when the fucking in How to Train Your Dragons, when he's like, I want to train a dragon, and they're like, my son.
My son.
This is.
I am excited for
Have
this.
you seen this?
I
bits
haven't, no.
Where he loves fucking Adam
Oh
Driver,
my
you know?
Oh, I know it's bits with Adam Driver, yeah, but
To
like
John
this
Oliver,
response.
I'd just like to say this. The feeling
This
is
is an
mutual.
AI.
We've had our marriage story. So now it's time for the honeymoon. Peck me with your beak, you brilliant birdman. Let me snap you like a twiglet, you rat-faced Romeo. You and I should be together. Last week, tonight, and every single night to come. You beautiful British bastard.
I hate where AIs.
Dude, I really hope he's okay with this shit. Oh, they're sexually assaulting the shit out of him.
He's asking for it.
At this point,
Yeah.
look at him.
And he's got a dark sense of humor.
Yeah, he does. I would imagine he's probably cool with it. I feel like his John Oliver would reach out to him before they did all this shit. I don't know. I feel like before they took it as fucking far as they've gotten. You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I
don't know.
honestly, I don't think
I don't
that.
really think I wouldn't think less of them if they didn't, but at the same time, I feel like that's what I would do. It'd be like, listen, dude,
did you watch
it's like,
Congress
we're gonna
interview?
make this a bit. I just want to make sure we aren't hurting you. It's like, I don't want you to. Yeah, I don't know. Especially because Adam Driver is a good guy. It's like I don't want you to be worried about how people. I don't know, because I don't know. I don't want you to feel less about yourself, and I don't want you to feel worried about how people are going to think about you. If you are, it's okay.
Right.
But I would just at least extend that hand.
I think
but
that
I don't know. At the same time, it's a great comedy bit, and comedy is
right.
also, like not only is it subjective, but nothing's off limits as long as it's funny, and that shit's hilarious.
I think we live in a world where they're just barely starting to understand the internet. I don't think AI has even been a thought in legislation. So it's like copyright wouldn't even be a fucking concern here.
I know.
I don't think there's anything they could do to stop that, so I don't think they even have to ask for permission.
That's a good point.
It's like if you enjoyed them, sure, but it's like most people who are fucking with AI and trying to get it to a better point are just trying to get attention to what they're trying to make.
Oh, I'm talking about the way that John Oliver talks about Adam Driver.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah.
He could definitely be up for Adam Driver.
I would think if after the first one, if there was an issue, they would have reached out.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like they go so hard into like these crazy sexual analogies and stuff like that, and it's like it really can just be damaging to a person's image, but also to when you think about celebrities, they're fragile fucking people. I don't think Adam Driver's that way, so I don't think
so
that's
either.
gonna have an issue. But it just makes me wonder: did they reach out to him? Did they not?
I would think that I think there was definitely a reach out, but if Adam Driver liked it, I bet you Adam Driver reached out personally and was like, that was fucking hilarious.
I would. That's what I was thinking.
I would
hope
so,
The only
yeah.
reason they're continuing this bit, I would think, is because he's on board.
Yeah.
Because they're going so hard into him. But at the same time, like I said, or like you said, his image isn't copyrightable anymore, I don't think. Like, I'm pretty sure they cited on the fact that you can comment on anybody for the longest time.
Right, yeah.
You can comment on anybody. As long as it's obviously a joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say
when you can-
anyone
yeah, as
reasonable,
long-
it's undeniably
John Oliver proved that recently.
Yeah,
like, that court
eat
case.
shit, Bob.
Yeah, eat shit, Bob.
Yeah,
where it's
yep.
like if it's obviously
A joke,
disprovable-
yeah.
if it's easily disprovable, it's clearly a joke.
Yep.
That's how we should treat those, like Trump.
Mhm.
This is obviously
Yeah.
a joke. It's clearly disprovable.
Yeah.
Half of
Fucking
all
hell.
boxing photos look like gay weddings.
I love that. Yeah.
Drawings of people made with mental illness.
That's a
Sasuke.
That's a really
Oh my
great
god.
This is
yeah.
great. This show's so good. I can't believe that
Oh,
it's
we're gonna get copyright
rolling.
struck for this. God damn it.
Yeah.
We've all seen it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just Have you seen the man who robbed you? And they just immediately, yep. And it's like, wait a minute. I mean, that's really fucked up. And so they just lay into how white people have destroyed our communities. And it's like, well, yeah, something like if a white man whipped out his dick in a black person's neighborhood,
dude,
the
that's
cops would
fucking
come and shoot all the
impressive.
black people. Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Those things are hard to drive.
That's third shift at any factory, right?
I could have seen like the Workaholics doing something like this. He reminds me of Anders.
Look at this fucking headline. This subreddit's fun. Brand new sentence. Spanish porn star Nacho Vidal, who likes to advertise his aromatic candle shaped like male genitalia on Twitter, has been arrested on manslaughter charges following a man's death during a mystic ritual in which he inhaled psychedelic toad venom. That is a brand new sentence.
Wow. Where to start?
Interesting life for him.
Look at this baller, dude. Holy shit.
Cute.
Yeah. Wow. He's got his own atmosphere.
Shoot all protesters. Auntie Annie's breaks from the pack by calling for protesters to be shot. Wow, what the fuck? Or, well, what the fuck? I really like this damn place, but to hell with them now.
The fucking onion.
Ate the fucking
Goddamn it.
onion, dude.
The onion.
Assault protesters, arrest police officers who murder civilians. Here's your problem. Who downvoted this? Dude, the racist people spend so much time on new. They like just dive in. I'm surprised we don't get more comments.
It's the bots.
I love this scene. Do you know what this is? This is Northern Lights Cannabis Indica. No, it's marijuana. I remember this joke flying over my head probably the first 30 times I watched this show. And then I finally got it like the past maybe
Hilarious.
2 times we watched it. Yeah, in the past like 4 years, obviously.
Yeah.
But
The only reason I got it right away is because we just had been smoking at that point.
right. Oh my God! Did you
Ew.
see this? Can you smile, honey? Look at her. She is whacked the fuck out. I want to be on whatever she's on.
Opiates. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh.
She cannot stand being next to him. So whenever she is, she's whacked out of her fucking skull, and then she's gone.
Yeah,
It's
the
like they
only
can never
time I've
prove she's
seen
at the
her
White
happy
House.
is in the videos with the NASA launch.
Also, prove to
or-
me she's in the
yeah,
White House. They can
that's
never
it.
prove to you
Oh,
she's in
yeah.
the White House.
Mm-mm.
They'll always fake that she was, but she's never there.
My guess is
Ugh.
opiates, or she's just drunk all the time.
Yeah, and she's probably... Oh,
Oh,
yeah, no,
my
she's on some
goodness.
opiates, that's for sure. She's on some prescription shit that's easy to
Yeah.
get from their
They
their
probably
doctors in the
mix
White
it with
House.
like a drink.
Fucking
or
morphine
something.
pills.
Yeah, she probably has all sorts of cocktail shit going on.
Oh! Oh my goodness!
This isn't real, but it's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
The Mandalorian,
Half-
half man, half DeLorean.
That's good.
Oh no! This is the this
Oh,
is what they
wow.
use to militarize the police.
I would think that you would get about 9 shots out of that gun in total before
Did
that
you know?
barrel would snap in half.
This is a rubber bullet. Yo, did you say you work tomorrow?
Yeah, 12 to
You
8,
work
but
tomorrow?
I'm not really fucking.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say
I'm gonna-
do want to go look for guns tomorrow. I'm gonna go look in the morning. Yeah, I want to go look around. There's a shop right down the road that had the
Wow.
Glock that Mariah liked. It was kind of like a
Yeah.
matte silver black. It was really pretty. They wanted like 350. It was a 9 milli. So, yeah, sure. But
My
yeah,
ranges
it's
are
time
starting
for me
to open
stop
back
being
up,
picky.
so,
I can get my
yeah.
collector's guns, but I need to get a gun I know shoots. A Glock is a great one, a military pistol.
Yep.
Glock 18 is what they were selling. They probably got another one. Otherwise, yeah, there's a bunch of Tauruses there too. I like the look of a Glock, and they sell them.
You like the look of a Glock.
I do. I like the look of a Glock.
I like the reliability of a Glock.
Yeah, well, I like that too.
But the
It's
shape
just
of the
what my
Glock
first-
frustrates me.
This is me with me and Caleb. Anytime Levi was with My Little Pony, and so Levi had a My Little Pony phase. From
Oh,
how old
God.
was he? Like 8 to 12. Like it seriously lasted way too long. My parents did fucking nothing about it.
As long as it ended.
Oh yeah,
That was it.
I'm
That's
pretty
the
sure it
only-
ended. I just hope he ain't got no furry fucking bullshit hidden back there. I'm sure it. Good God, he's into this weeaboo shit probably.
Oh boy, that's adorable.
Bum 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 bum. The twin dog mouth. This is a
Have you
Skyrim
showed
boss.
him that
Musculon.
shark video?
No, I don't know if it's on here. It's probably not because I didn't want to scare you until
Thumbs.
I had the ability to just tell you I want to show you. There's just a video of somebody, they tinted the water in the video like really, really blue so you can't see through it. And then right when you go through the water, a shark comes right up at you. And it just kind of boops the camera, and it's a shark that the person knew, but it's still scary as shit.
I think I saw that in Thalassophobia.
They're just creepy. Yeah.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Mentos.
No.
No. Look at that crusty
It looked
toenail.
like a Mento on your screen.
No.
We're gonna
unstoppable.
What was that Halo video where he shot a bunch of rounds and unloaded the clip for like 45 fucking seconds?
There's an animated one, and I saw one.
It was the animated one.
Actual, like mod, like where someone made the full animation where they unloaded it, and they had to pull out the clip. It was like a Halo 2 original. It was like a year or two ago. Maybe they didn't. It was,
So
but it was really
funny.
cool. I thought pineapple was supposed
my
to taste better.
fucking God. Oh God.
My girlfriend decided to get a menstrual cup for her next period. I instantly decided to call it the vampire's wine glass. There once was a vampire named Mabel whose periods were always quite stable. At every full moon, she'd take out a spoon and drink herself under the table.
God.
Wow.
That's fucking.
Oh, that's
No.
brutal, dude. That's fucking terrible. I don't want to look. People are so witty on Reddit. That's why I like it the most. It's like it's all sarcastic.
That's where everyone who hates social media
I
ends
have
up
brain
going.
tumor. Changed my mind. This is the best example of quitting YouTube. Fuck YouTube.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Same fucking energy, dude. Wait, I need to change the
Beautiful.
tag on this for energy. Let's see. I can't do mod powers here. Fuck it. Whatever. Trump finally ended the riots and solved world peace.
Oh my God.
Bitches be like, I got crackhead energy. Yeah, bitch, I'm about to crack your head with a fucking crowbar. What?
Okay.
That thing will come at you.
Star Wars?
I want to learn Blender just so I can animate shit like that. Krillin's final form
My
is
God.
unstoppable. This guy's tiny in the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's
that
fucking
that's
ugly.
definitely not what that's supposed to be. Oh my God.
No, don't turn 18. You're so sexy. No, Star, that was not meant for you.
No.
Ugh.
America be like, let's combine the 1918 Spanish flu, the 1930s Great Depression, deplorables, and the 1960s race riot, all into one single year.
Yeah.
Good shit. The prophecy has been fulfilled. This is a picture from the riots.
That's beautiful.
I mean, actually, I think that's from a while ago, but still beautiful.
Still good.
Fat fuck.
Fat.
$20. I want that fat fuck.
How big is that fat fuck?
Life goals. My 2020 resolution is to throw off the shackles of domestication and become completely feral.
Great.
Why do cops get to protest early to beat the crowd? What pissed me off is I shared this joke a while ago, and then I saw that cop wearing that shirt, and I was like, God damn it, they ruined a joke.
Will arm you, but there may be a boogeyman or boogeymen in the house.
I'm the press. Here are my credentials. You should have identified yourself. When you take the first hit after breastfeeding. So this is from an actual subreddit called Tree Parents, but I thought it was fucking. So this is a subreddit of parents who smoke, and it's like, so I just breastfed my baby and now I'm smoking. But I was just like,
I definitely thought this was satirical for a second.
I thought it was like necrophilia, or it was fucking Bubby. Spubby and Comedy Heaven are my favorite subreddits.
Comedy Heaven is one of my favorites. I haven't seen
The
Spubby.
ultimate banana. What? No head?
Oh.
Oh, she got hit in the head already.
Fucking crack.
She got some head. America, Corona, America.
Jesus.
My hand's like this, so her card can look like this. I love that.
That's good.
Oh, this one. January, World War III. February, Australia's on fire. March, plague. April, UFOs. May, murder hornets. June, race war. Race war. They're happy this way. Oh my fucking God, dude.
I love cyanide and happiness.
I'm afraid there's bad news. His spinal disease has progressed faster than anticipated. We thought he had a few months, but...
I'm gonna play music over top of it, so hopefully we don't get as copyright struck.
There is good news.
We gotta commentate so we don't get copyright.
Oh, yeah, this is so funny. I'm hilarious. Oh. It's like The Rock and the Hulk combined.
Make a wish.
Ooh.
Silent Happiness has been around for fucking.
No.
Little hero.
Break me in half.
With fucking style.
Do what you must. Oh my god.
Okay. This is one of my. I'll explain my favorite part about this after.
God.
They're smiling like yes. Oh. Holy fuck.
What the fuck? I've never seen this one.
It's new.
I'm alive and I'm cured. I feel great. Everything is going to be all right. Thanks for Broadway. Yeah. Yes. All right. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Woohoo. Yeah.
No.
Hey, what you doing there?
You must die.
My favorite fucking part of that is the reason they could show him beating the shit out as a kid is because they didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Because you can't do that in animations on YouTube and whatnot and not get completely fucked. But when they panned away and implied they were beating him, but they didn't like actually show him dying, it just implies it. Oh my god.
I didn't realize they were still releasing that shit.
Yeah, they're great. I love them. They're still super smart with their humor. Like their situational humor is so funny.
Guy pointing to the contracts.
I love Cyanide and Happiness. I
That's
remember I would binge their cartoons like probably once a year.
So many of them.
There's-
Like,
yeah, They add probably like 100 plus a year.
Nuts.
Yeah, and then we saw this one. And we're finally into smoking. My abuela smoked weed. Oh my god. That's
Oh my goodness.
cute. Oh, I guess I'll try. Look at me having fun. That's cute.
Adorable.
Tried this.
Oh wow.
It does work. It's just like you're just gonna burn it for a long time. It's just like hitting a bowl a million times. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's not bad. Nothing wrong with it. This I want, dude.
Whoa.
Videos like this for Dragon Smoke, man. Like this
That's
is what we
nice,
would do.
yeah.
Look at that. Look
Whoa.
at this. I need this. That would be
Dude.
our. We'd have a custom rig that would be like that, you know,
Hell
That is
yeah.
for the house.
fucking death.
Yeah, our house rig would be something this crazy. So you can taste the
Yeah.
weed straight up because it's just heated glass.
You get like a 6 foot piece out of that because it's gonna be a big draw.
Yeah,
You're gonna- like that'd be. You can't have that be way too hot because
racism and hate can't smoke with us. Mary
yeah.
Jane's House of Glass, like it.
The guy from Papers said not to smoke his papers. If you're
Nice.
fucking. Yeah.
Fuck yeah! And if you're smoking my papers in any way support the president
The raw
or support
papers,
his causes, spit it out your fucking mouth. Fuck that guy. What 1,000 pounds look like someday.
Damn.
You guys said 1,500
Click
plants in the future, right?
Yeah, click
Yeah,
on that
you're
picture.
looking.
Is
You're
it
talking
bigger?
a lot more than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it bigger? Does it show all the toasts in the background to like really put it
Oh,
in
I don't
perspective?
know. No.
Oh no, I was gonna say I wanted to see how many toasts were back there because that looks like there's fucking mountains of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, we're at 1,500 and a pound of plant is like minimum. Hopefully,
Nice.
I'd
I
like
was-
to if I could figure out a way to get 2 pounds of plant, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I have a few
Um,
ideas. We'll see.
I was pretty upset after a 12-hour shift. I still had to come home and cut the grass. A couple of hits later, it rang on me. My own house, my own yard. My problems are many others' dreams. Good morning, beautiful beautiful stoners.
Yeah.
For that one picture of all the weed though, was that 1,000 pounds wet or was that dry? It's very different if that's wet, because that's gonna be like 500 dry.
Yeah.
I want to get 1,500 minimum dry. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All clean, ready to go. That's a nice.
It'd be
bubbler.
like at max 2 pounds. Well, I mean, for redundancy, 2 pounds of plant wet.
Yo, check out this crazy hot sauce someone made.
What the hell?
22,400 milligrams.
Whoa.
They put the recipe on here
That's
so we could make something
cool.
like that shit. It takes a lot, but if we saved up some of our shit, we
Yeah.
could
Is
do it
it
by the
really
end of the
hot
month.
sauce at that point? Is it just fucking
Oh,
drugs?
it's just to fucking send you rocketing off, dude.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's not. Yeah, I would imagine it's probably nothing for flavor anymore. You just drop it into some things that you're making. Like if you're making breading or something, you could drop probably 10 drops, 20 drops if you want to get super fucked. Because that's what the person. I've only watched the one episode, but on Netflix, the Cooking on High, where they just make edible shit. Madson's chicken sandwich. They said that they put the THC concentrate into the breading of the chicken, and so they didn't have to do, and that's why it still tasted amazing.
I always
So
like my
excited.
one question with all of this stuff is like, what is the shelf life for it?
It's a good question.
How long does it last?
Good
And can you make it last
question.
longer?
I baked a cake for my friend's birthday. It's 4 layers and has an ounce in it. Who
Oh,
says
fuck
lockdown
yeah.
can't be fun? Let's get a THC cake for
Holy
Yeah.
fuck. Yes.
we can get
That's a
little ones.
great.
They don't even have to be the big ones because
Yeah.
we don't have to, we can get ones for the fucking people that are involved that want it.
That would
But
be the
my
shit.
friends, like, you'd be the only one that fucking want one.
We're not going to have a lot of people at our
wedding,
wedding, so
Fucking
it's
Caleb would
going to
want
be
one.
small regardless.
I mean, I get it. We're gonna be high as fuck. You might want to get it. We're gonna want to fucking eat a lot of it. Probably we'll be high as shit anyway.
Hell yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
This is a cool
That's
fucking
cool.
vape. I
Yeah, that
love
is sick.
vapes are another thing that I'll probably collect in the future. I love mechanical mods, and I love going out and smoking on a mod.
Mods are cool, but my favorite thing about them is like I want to get a lot out of the smallest thing. Like discretion is my one. Like pocket size shit.
Yeah.
Like that
I
is
know.
like just slide
The
inside
one that
out.
Manny has, what is that called?
The claws.
Yes, I
Claw.
love that thing, dude. That thing's awesome. Is it is it refillable cartridges?
No, those are disposable.
Disposable.
So you just
Okay.
buy it and get the card.
I would want one where it's like you can change out the
That's
coil in it,
big.
or
Yeah, you
and
you
then
can make
just
one.
swap out the juice
Sure.
because that prolongs the life of them. But
You just have to would design your own cartridge that would last long, because like those cartridges to be refilled, I think you'd have to break them.
I
Yeah,
won't-
me and Christian did that actually once.
Yeah, and put
At
it
the
in
old
juice.
duplex, we would break them open for the jewels and then put other juice in them.
Yeah.
After they had already, gone out, so that Christian could sell more.
Yeah. These are the
That's
type of pictures we would take, except
beautiful.
probably not with fingers.
That's beautiful.
Unless Mariah
Oh,
does her
yeah.
nails all pretty for it, then we can do that. But
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, we take
Nice.
pictures of our
Nice.
bud like this with a really good camera.
That's. Hopefully for you guys' wedding, I had 2 strains that I've always wanted to do for like wedding. Is like wedding cake is one of my favorite
Oh,
strains,
yeah.
and rosé is another one of my favorite strains.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to
Definitely
define and
try to
grow
get can of
those.
cigars for our wedding. For
Oh
sure.
well, it's like if I can
Yeah.
get wedding cake and rosé, and I can grow those, I can make the can of cigars literally out of the leaves that it's grown out of. I just have to figure out how to dry the leaves properly.
Our
Dude,
hope
hell
is
yeah.
that within the next year we're finding a house, and then because our goal is to have property, and then we
Yeah.
just get married on that property, because we will probably get married within the first 3 months of owning
Right.
the house, or we're not going to take long, and then we'll spend because we want to spend all our money on the honeymoon. We'll spend probably the first night at the house before we leave, so we can spend the whole night smoking and hanging out with people who want to be with us and celebrate
Yeah.
us getting married. And then that's when we go for hopefully 6 goddamn months to maybe
Right.
parts of Australia if it's not spider season, and New Zealand, but
Yeah.
Greece.
We'll make
For
edibles
sure.
too, so you can take them on planes and shit. So you can go.
Ah,
Oh
you
yeah,
don't have to worry about
we'd
yeah.
be taking all sorts of good shit. With
Um,
us.
But ideally, we do have a connection in California that grows a whole bunch of strains, and they clone them.
Okay.
And the whole idea of their thing is that they want them to be first and second generation plants. So obviously they'll sell you first generation seeds, more expensive than a second generation clone. But like we're gonna order most of our strains from that. And I know Wedding Cake is one that they have, and I want to order that because I love that strain from the back. So
where does Manny get those claw cartridges? Like, could we?
there's a dispensary in Grand Rapids. I can tell you the name.
Oh,
of it.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, it was
found
pretty
it for
good, but yeah, he found it for
$23.
$22.
one.
Or she found it for $22.
Oh, those there. Those. Yeah, I don't know how much those were. I thought you were talking about the cartridges.
Oh, the
Yeah.
cartridges are 22.
No, that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, the cartridges
There's
are probably a
two
lot of
places
money.
I can tell you. There's one here that's basically in Hamilton. Remember when Whit was telling you about that?
Oh yeah.
That one was called. It was nearby, and I know that they had carts. I'm pretty sure they had the claws too. I cannot remember the name of it. But you can continue going. I'll find the name of it.
When we do our first successful house strain that we're gonna sell, at the dispensary, we should do this. This person took the prettiest leaf he found and he put it under a leaf, or he put it under a book with 50 pounds of weight on it for a week, and
Absolutely.
then we could frame it and put it up in the shop.
Fuck first dollar
Yes.
shit. First leaf.
Yeah, exactly. We could do it
That's
with
so
all our first
cute.
honestly, we should do that with every house strain, and we should put the original leaf up above, where we have, like, as a part of the labeling for it. It'll be a picture of the bud, a really big picture. It'll have the leaf probably above that in like a plaque style.
this right?
And then we'll have the name. And then when we stop selling the
Yes.
bud, we can take it to the house and hang it up and bring it back when we need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'd be $55 for a pot. It's a
And
gram.
they last a minute.
Is it THC?
Yeah.
Is that on the Grand Rapids website?
Yeah.
Oh, so
There's-
we
there
can
is-
go pick it up.
I'm trying to figure what.
I
Well,
guess so.
he could probably pick it up, but it probably would be more than 55 at that point because he goes
You
out
said
there.
55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we pay 40 for a cart. Like that's
How much is in a cart? Is it a gram?
yeah, it's a gram.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. This one, I'm like I said, I'm non-confrontational. I'm too polite. But when the charred man came to drop off some drugs, he brought all these carts and he showed them to me, and I think he ushered for me to pick one.
Right.
But I was and he's like, check them out, and I was like, I was on my way up to the bathroom, and I said, yeah, these look good, and it's like the last one you gave us with the white tip was great, so we're excited. He said, yeah, this is OG Kush. He's this cart, so he knew, so he must have gotten it from us.
Somewhere
He
where
always
you-
does. It's just he never remembers to tell me.
Right.
But this time apparently he got all the same one, is my guess. But look at this cross joint. You should definitely try that. You could do different flavors together.
That's cool.
I'll tell you the name of this place
This person, I found out my bowl glows in the dark.
once we're done. I mean, it's right here. It's this place. It's the one that he said that was nearby.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they have the claws. We're trying to find it here. 1 second.
Want to smoke, my friends? SpongeBob with the relatability. I want these, dude.
Baby.
Look at these. I would rock so many more pins if I could afford the cool ones that I want.
Dude, they have like fucking dab tablets. Each one's a hit. You just drop it in.
What?
It's like laid out for you. You don't have to portion it out. It's a 10
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. I thought you
pack.
meant
You just
like
grab it and drop it in
put
your
on
rig.
your tongue tablet.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
That would
that's
probably
cool.
taste bad.
Yeah, that would be awful. Look at these pins. I want these. Alaskan Thunder, fuck.
Northern Lights.
Oh, that's all like the very original
Sour
fun
Diesel.
The best, yeah. Blue Dream, fuck yeah.
Blue Dream.
I'd like to find that Blue Dream.
Gorilla Glue. Look at the Gorilla Glue one. Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
White Widow.
Those are
This guy's back at it again. I love this guy.
It's extra.
Hello.
Hello.
Tax charged up here on a low temp with the Sneaky Pete mini bubbler.
I'm gonna.
Hey,
I guess
Fred,
they don't sell the claw unless I'm in the wrong spot.
just thought I'd pop in and say
Maybe
hello.
it's not a vape, maybe it's something
I got
else.
Full
tax
size.
charged up here on a low temp
Huh?
with the Sneaky Pete mini bubbler. That's all I need.
kind of charging do they have?
Micro USB.
Micro USB.
Yeah.
I can't wait for everything to get over to USB-C. I just want good USB-C.
He's so cute.
We still have terrible micro USB, so I have no fucking.
Yeah, micro USB is so.
Oh look, let's watch this dude rip it. Oh yeah, you're on it, bro.
Aw.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have the claws there.
We love you. Comment.
I'm looking at let me see here.
I commented we love you from Foofaraw. We love
yes.
you, sir. Wait, his username, what is it?
It looks like
Ray
Exit
Euro.
9 Provisionary carries some Kalamazoo.
There's a place called Herbology.
Okay.
Yeah, there's another one we saw open up called Medicafe.
Flourish is the one in GR.
Yeah,
Flourish.
that's the one
Okay.
Caleb told us about.
Their prices
Look at this piss yellow
are
piece.
sometimes high, but they're good and they're reliable.
Look at the yellow on this. It looks like someone peed on it.
Lots of use right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of use.
Look at this little one. This is
That's
cute, Mariah.
fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. Look, they have Blue Dream Gelato.
Oh, he has a Blue Dream one right now that I was hitting. That's
Really good.
Look at this cool little piece.
There's a pink one.
Cute. I liked that dark purple one.
Yeah.
That was cool too.
That
yeah.
one was mini though. So
Oh yeah. Yep.
do you
Uh,
think the mini ones would
has
still
less
hold the
battery
full
life.
cartridges?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I
Yeah.
want
Okay.
I want the biggest one with the biggest battery I can get.
I was gonna say you
I
would
think
want.
that's only 500 whatever it is.
They're not gonna. You don't need a lot to
Nah.
hit out of them. That's why they have the special cards and
milliamps
stuff.
an hour.
Well, that's why they have the special cards for them. That's why they're adjusted for that battery.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
I've,
yeah,
like
of
we
course.
hit the fuck out of that for all day, and it dies at the end of the day.
But yeah, $55. I'm totally down just to get that and try that out for a while.
It's good.
Because
I want
could
this pink
easily
one.
fold it in my wallet.
It's
oh, that I
adorable.
can put it in this. I'm carrying this around
Oh,
on me all the
fuck
fucking
yeah.
time now.
Not a problem.
that
Yeah,
in
that
Target.
slide right the fuck in there.
Yeah, this thing's awesome.
Those carts too don't have issues with like falling and like trying to heat it back up, so they line back up, so you're not like getting a dry hit or anything. Like they're good carts. It's not more expensive.
I gotta find the fucking SD card. I can't find it. But Mariah and I took pictures in our gear, but I tie-dyed my shirt and did not intentionally at all try to get it to match with this mask.
Wow.
And it kind of just lined up perfectly.
Yeah, no, yeah, wow. Damn.
It's got this giant peace sign on it.
Oh, okay.
I like that one. That's a sweet fucking piece
Yeah, this is
sign.
what I'm gonna wear to the protest. Because tie-dye is the color of peaceful protest, in my opinion. It's like it's inclusive. I mean, I'm about to draw a real thin fucking line here, but I didn't use black at all in mine because I fucking hate using black in tie-dye, and I also get rid of all the white. But I always am going for as much color as possible, and it's just like it's also very visible. Is my biggest point. And it's like, so that's why I feel like it'll never be adopted for.
I mean, the
Actual color scheme type thing. People always just jump to, well, why isn't it this flag or this flag or... Yeah, so we
Fuck
just keep
flags.
moving with the Black Lives Matter movement and stop complaining.
flags are fucking bullshit, and borders are nothing but lines.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Borders are man-made ideas.
So is race.
Yep, so is race, truly. I mean, like, we are physically different just based on a surface level, but being able
It doesn't
to
mean a
differentiate...
different goddamn thing, though.
Exactly. Giving it any weight other
Yeah.
than...
Observatory.
Yeah, of observatory facts. That anything other than that is just wrong. Like, because it doesn't weigh into anything other than being able to identify who they are.
Right.
Gabriel?
You've been meowing.
Thick boy.
It's like you're showing me some attention. Look away. Gabriel? Look at this bong.
I've been told. I thought we read a comment that said hitting out of bamboo was dangerous.
Yeah, that's right, because it can splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can get micro slivers like you can with fucking,
The dream.
I'm sorry.
The dream.
Except indoors.
Yeah, and I think we saw that. Me as high as fuck at McDonald's line rehearsing what to say. Alright, let's keep moving, because we've been at this for 2.5 hours. It's been a good episode.
Yeah, this has been a thick
But-
episode.
Yeah, it has been. Well, we had a lot of shit to talk about.
We also napped a little bit before the episode, so
Yeah,
we have
we
energy. Today I learned that the Flood is observing you and the Covenant since the beginning of the 343 Guilty Spark episode. So you don't see the Flood until you get inside of the base on the ring in Halo 1 as Master Chief, looking for the people who got lost. But apparently they are there. They just run away from you, and you have to be quick to see them. But they're apparently watching you, which makes it even fucking creepier. I love Bungie, dude.
And before they sold Halo, they were a creative company.
Have you seen this? Mars watches. So this guy just comes over here with his teammates.
Yeah. Gabriel kind of meowed into the microphone.
Cute. He gets shot.
Wow.
And his whole squad, they get killed. This person posted the other point of view. He shot and killed all 3 of them.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
What the hell?
Yeah, no,
the only thing that can save
lifetime.
2020, Wii Sports Remastered. That's what I was thinking. Where's Switch?
Baby boy. You're very vocal.
Gabriel?
Baby?
What? Speak.
Baby?
What is it you want?
He wants that door open. Nothing specific, just the door open.
Yeah.
He's so fucking big. Every time I look at him, my god. I love you, baby. Oh. I've made a game to help stray cats. The game is free to play, though you can support my cause by making a donation.
Oh
and you just roam randomly generated worlds as a cat and just like attack bugs and stuff. It's cute.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, they have a video on here. I'll show you. It's nothing special, but if they keep updating it, I'd definitely love to play it. It's a cute little world, though.
Hello?
Explore. Baby boy.
Is this oh shit. I think I own this game. Unless this is not that game, but
My 9 Live.
never mind, no. It looks a lot like Everything. I don't know if I ever showed you the game trailer. I own it on Steam. I should show you that trailer. It's a very philosophical game. Not very graphical. Doesn't look that great, but it makes you fucking think for sure.
This is cool.
That is so very cool. I can't wait to buy a Switch and actually play that game fully.
He looks like Clifford the Big Red Dog's owner.
Yeah. This game, dude.
Wow.
Deja vu. That's a cool Jeep, though. Ubisoft says Trackmania is not subscription based. You just have to pay for it multiple times.
Okay.
There's a comment. So actually, it's not subscription model, but an access to the game for a limited time. You pay for having access to the game for one period, and that's it. An Ubisoft rep wrote. When the time is over, you have to buy the game again for the time that you want to access it again. But let's be clear, that's not a subscription. It's you.
Yeah.
Buy our game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again and again, idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope nobody ever buys into that, and I hope if they do, their credit card is shut off by the actual good human beings that care about people.
I'm playing the fuck out of Skyrim right now, and that's exactly how that whole franchise went down.
Hey, I mean, you're right. Yeah, I'm playing the shit out of Skyrim too. Gamers, video games don't make people violent. Epic Store releases GTA for free, USA after a week. And then the prophecy was fulfilled. Meme shirt. Look at Animal Crossing in this update. That's a good shirt.
Speaking of gaming, there was one kind of sad thing. One of my favorite streamers and favorite YouTubers of all time was from the Yogscast. He was sponsored by them, really. Like, he was Sips. He was involved with it for a while, but it's kind of backed out since. But he just said he doesn't really find games fun anymore. Like, they just seem infuriating.
That sucks.
Like, most games just make him mad now. Like, they just seem mad, like, infuriating for no fucking reason. It's just to be mad, like, infuriating. So he said even, like, when he goes back to play games he used to play now compared to new games, it's like looking back with rose-colored glasses. Where it's like you go back to play a game, it's like it's not what I thought it was.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just like the golden age of gaming is kind of over now. It's just taken over by marketing and money. He's just like, it's just not fun anymore.
Yep.
It was just like that.
Turned into a market.
It was
and
well.
we
It's
stopped
well
caring
put.
about what we want.
It's well put to a degree where it's just fucking infuriating. It's not creative challenging. It's just aggressive, infuriating, grinding challenges.
Right. Have you seen this? Look at this fucking. He's drawing.
It's a lot like World Edit.
Oh wow.
Did you ever use World Edit?
No.
It definitely wasn't this fucking accurate. But World Edit was a mod I played with for a while that was through Bucket servers.
It's cool, and he's like holding the map right here, so you're gonna get a better view of it, like as a whole. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, no,
Holy shit.
This requires talent for sure. That's my god. World Edit is basically just how you build terrain.
Yeah, that's incredible. Insurance adjuster be like, best I can do 1150. Fuck you, GameStop.
Yeah, GameStop shit.
And Starbucks. Fuck them both.
Yeah.
My quarantine project, a racing wheel stand. I am disabled, but I enjoyed putting it together. Good for you, dude. That's fucking awesome, and I'm jealous. Because I want one of those. Those are so fun. My dad had something like that.
Those are fun.
I want one with a stick shifting, too.
I was bored, so I spent an hour trying to get this shot in Breath of the Wild.
Good shot.
Good, yeah, good one. This is, look at this. Castles. People have been making castles.
Whoa.
And, yeah, and watch. It's
Hell yeah.
pretty ridiculous. Bow to your queen.
Okay.
The theatrics people put into the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the time they've had in quarantine.
Right. I completely stopped dedicating time to that game. I didn't give it to him, but I borrowed our Switch over to the kids at Mariah's place. And then we saw this. Double flip.
Double flip.
This is great, Mars. My only hope is that if I pass away before you, you are smothered with a bunch of animals like this.
Yes. Look how happy she was. She's like, yes.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that beautiful dog. Caleb was telling me today when he was down here that he's like my next move is getting down to Indiana at that job they want to give him, setting up printing and helping training and maybe even taking over like the marketing part. And he's got to talk to him about some of that, but houses are really cheap down there. It's like if I get that job, I wouldn't be able to rent, so I would just buy a house, and then I'm getting a dog and I'm getting a cat as soon as possible. Because it's a small place. There's no place to rent. There's just houses to buy. So I was like, but yeah, you do that. I'll take everything I can load up in the van with you, because he doesn't got a whole lot. I'll take all that shit in the van. You can load up a U-Haul if there's more stuff you want to take, and we'll just go down there. I'll stay there for a while and help you out. But he's got, that's where the sticker guy is, and Caleb was sending me Snapchats of when he was hanging out with that guy. He's got these crazy wax rigs. And he's getting all the best wax because he prints for all of them.
Right, yeah. They probably just pay half in cash, half in a fuck ton of wax.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh. So sweet.
You know what he probably does is like people are like, hey man, can you get me these stickers? I'll pay you at this time, and then we'll give you, this X amount of wax in the meantime.
Yep. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, because the government makes it all underhanded business.
Yeah, that's all. That's what
Look
happens.
At this blue-footed booby doing a dance.
Oh my goodness.
Blue.
I think Steph said that those come around her lake.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought those were tropical.
I don't know.
Huge.
She's
Look at
something
this.
like that.
He's showing his puppy to this dog.
Oh
Huge.
my god.
I think the light's green and he's like, you want
It's
it?
like, okay,
Yeah,
bye.
okay, I'm going back. What a tiny little pupper. I love
He
it.
made it back in time for the line to go. He didn't even hold up traffic for that. Good job,
Right?
dude.
It's Kip as a lynx.
Yeah.
It's a bobcat.
Oh.
It's
Same
Apple.
meows.
God, we
Apple
seriously
and
just
Kip.
domesticated cats, and they're just the same fucking thing,
Yeah.
but small.
Big cat, small meow.
Look at this owl.
Wow.
That looks like a simulation.
It does. Ew.
Wow. So beautiful.
I know, right? Incredible.
It's like, oh yeah.
That's a good stretch.
It's cute.
What a beautiful thing.
Uh-huh.
Look at
Scrub.
this kitten. It's a beautiful kitten.
That's what
Oh.
Junior looks like, the orange cat.
Oh my goodness.
Just fat.
Big pop.
Big papa.
This is great. Mars watches.
Oh.
There's a
There's
Gabriel
a
watching
fucking
turn
piano
around.
outside my room, and that's
He
what
would
Smudge
too.
and Mittens do at night.
Oh my.
You'll hear taps and then claws running across the wood floor.
Scaring it so. That's so cute. Gabriel, that's you.
Mittens is scared
Look
about just
it.
about
It even
goddamn
looks like
everything.
him.
But
Oh.
It's got the
Smudge is
same
pretty
chub and
good.
everything.
So handsome.
He is. That's a handsome cat.
It sounds like what?
It's like, turn that off.
He found a stick that he really, really wants, but
Oh.
fails to realize the struggle
It's
is eternal.
stuck to the tree.
What a beautiful dog.
Hey, he'll be tired at least.
Yeah, I know. You did.
That's why they're just
Wear
waiting.
himself out.
They're like, I want to go home.
Look at this bobcat make this wild fucking
yeah.
leap.
I saw
Like
this.
it's nothing.
Oh. Holy shit.
Like it would look just like a normal jump.
Literally.
Yeah, for humans to do that, we have to literally be in peak condition, eat exactly the
Mars.
right amount of shit.
Oh my gosh.
Fascism cat.
Snakes are unable to get traction on
I
certain
love
surfaces. That must be absolute hell for that
So
thing.
frustrating.
That's like fucking reptiles,
like a fleece
man. Like
blanket or
fucking
something.
bearded dragons running on like acrylic or wood floor. They just slip and slide everywhere. Oh my god, that's fucking adorable.
Beautiful baby.
So cute.
Oh.
Weighing penguins is a real fucking struggle.
Oh.
Penguins are so fucking cute.
They have so much personality.
They do. They're really intelligent creatures. Look at this, like feed me, feed me, feed me.
They scream so fucking much too.
I know.
They all just heard. They're like, hey, we're here.
The little jumps off are so cute.
I know. Oh, beautiful. And watch them hop. Oh, they faded out the hop. What a fucking bunch of...
They clearly don't know what we're here for.
Look at this teddy bear.
Yeah.
My god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's so cute.
look at that puppy. Oh my fucking god. Watch it. He howls.
Oh.
Oh,
My parents is circling. I'm like,
Beautiful.
everyone
Oh
fuck
my
off.
goodness.
my black cat looks like my white cat shadow. An unfortunate misstep.
Yeah.
Mirroring. But, Kaiba.
Oh no. Oh no.
I love watching them swim. Look at it's so funny.
The other
looks
cat
like
wants to
Minnie.
help.
Yeah,
But
I
that cat's like, I
know.
got this.
Oh.
I love it. That's so cute. Cat trying ice cream for the first time. This is great.
That did not take anything. Oh
That
my
was
goodness.
awful. Oh yeah, this weird dick-nosed turtle has a problem with this person's red watch. Wants to eat that red fucking watch, dude. I was like,
Oh.
excuse me, what the
Just
fuck?
rips her mask off.
What the shit?
Yeah, he
Get away
tried
Get away
to.
from me.
And
Oh
pushes
my
him away.
gosh.
And look, he comes back. I want that fucking watch.
Just give me your shit.
Oh
This is
my
a robbery.
God, man. Yeah, this is a strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yeah, it thinks it's a strawberry. This is a strawberry. Get it off your wrist.
What if he got it off and just went in
this
his
one is
shell?
a long fucking walk to be a creepy GIF, Mars. But watch it. It's cute for the longest time, but pay attention all the way to the end. It's really fucking creepy. fat moose.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes forever. Just hold on. Okay.
There it is.
The cat turns around in the mirror at the end.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
a good one. I want to do a video like that. Rare sight of the aquatic mop monster.
My lord.
Look at that. It's
Feel
just
bad
a
for those dogs.
floating goddamn
Oh my
mop.
goodness.
I feel bad for them to a degree, but
That poor fucking
yeah,
thing.
it needs to be shaved.
My cat just came back from one of her evening strolls with someone else's keys in her mouth.
Oh lord.
Cutie.
Fucking cats, man.
Adorable cat.
These ducklings cheering up hospitalized kids, part of an animal therapy program that explored how animals assisted in healing in 1956.
fill the fucking
Back when we cared. Yeah, right. That's
That's
so weird.
beautiful.
It looks like
What
they
if
just
they
put beds
fell
around
in?
a tank, but
yeah, that's a better
look
theory.
at this. Oh my god. It's like Min.
Those eyes.
Except Min is much more like, I mean, she likes to sit, but all our other cats are like, hey, your hands, put them on me. Otherwise, I'm pissed. 8 hours old.
Wow.
Oh my god.
What beautiful legs. Handsome little Bojack.
Heavy breathing.
Mm.
She's upset. Oh my god, Mariah.
Oh.
I want a kitten.
That's
I know.
exactly
I
how
can't wait.
Mittens lays. I
Oh,
would have to
baby
imagine that was
snake.
how Mittens was.
Oh.
It sucks. Like, I have no idea what we're doing, but I'm really excited to be involved.
Yeah, it's like woo.
Oh, this is Migaloo, a famous albino
Yeah.
white or
Yeah.
humpback whale. Look at that. That's fucking haunting.
Watching? Yeah,
The
Rose
ocean's
watching.
fucked, man.
Are you
You see
watching,
the
baby boy?
kitties?
Oh, you see the kitties up there, huh? He sees the mouse too. Then did we see this, or did I just?
Yeah, we've seen through this stuff.
Okay. Art. Do you see this? Black
Yeah.
Lives Matter throughout
gorgeous.
DC. Very nice. Klux Busters. This is would be good for toothbrushes.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's cute. This machine
like
kills
that when I
fascists.
saw that,
yeah,
yeah.
I kind of liked having that tattoo on my leg somewhere, maybe. This is a really cool picture.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Look at this monstrosity.
Ugh,
It's so long.
what? How would
Why?
you drive that?
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
This is a beautiful picture and a beautiful car.
Yes,
Yeah, wow.
that is.
Well done.
I need to download
slink,
this.
slink, slink, slink.
Oh yeah. This is a cool picture.
That is.
Oh my gosh.
This is called the Waterfall House in Vancouver. Love that beautiful design there. This is ridiculous. This guy just makes a keyboard, AK-47 keyboard, and tries playing some game. Look at this.
DIY was where I saw this one.
Yeah. DIY. I like the simulation because I like marbles. Whee!
The simulations are fucking crazy.
Yeah, that shit's fun. Ugh. Oil rig base in transport. Look at this
Holy
building.
shit.
That
Nope.
is. How many floors is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors if you count the top. And that's only, what? 1/3, 1/5 the size of the base of this thing?
You don't know what the fucking craziest part about that is?
What?
Those don't touch the bottom. They float.
Really?
They're just long enough so that tipping isn't. They're just heavy enough at the bottom so they don't tip.
Right. Yeah.
They put those in the deepest part. The drills go down there.
Yeah.
But they don't.
I mean,
they
that
don't.
makes sense. Yeah. Interesting. I guess that makes sense.
There have been a few times where rigs have tipped, but they were typically rigs that weren't in use anymore.
Jeez, dude, that's fucking scary.
That's why they pay so fucking much for you to work on them.
Jesus.
The danger is well compensated. They're typically paid
to
well.
survive the zombie apocalypse. You stack up, get a boat, go to an oil rig, but now that shit's gonna tip over.
Your main issue is how the fuck are you gonna get on
This
it?
is a shipwreck in Lake Superior, 270 feet deep.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fucking creepy.
Superior has a lot of shit in it. It's scary. Superior is a small ocean.
I was telling
Fuck
Mariah
that
about
shit.
this. We just saw this episode. It's
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to tell, but you can see Sokka tuck Toph's head under the bar. So watch.
Oh,
watch
yeah.
again. They slow it down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the attention to detail in their animation
Mhm.
is why it's such a good fucking
Love
animation,
that.
dude. So good. Mars, look at this perfect fit that they had. And slide that right
Oh
in there.
wow.
Oh, that would be
Perfect.
so
Bam.
satisfying. Holy moly!
Yeah.
Like there we go.
Lugia made out of pipe cleaners.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
really
That's some
cool. I
time.
like that.
Impressive.
This is in Washington. Holy cow!
What?
Looks like a painting.
Is that
Real?
is that not filtered or anything?
It probably is, but it's still
Jesus.
gorgeous.
I love
Gorgeous,
that.
yeah.
Look at this
Yes.
resin egg.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's clockside.
Yeah. Jesus.
Accuracism. Pigeon feet.
Pigeon feet.
Pigeon toed. Guitar table. Look at this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Adventurer's
That's
dream. That's a good
awesome.
one. Yeah, I like that. Look at this. This is visualizing radiation emitting from uranium. That's cool.
Radiation is a whole nother fucking problem.
It's disturbing, dude.
Yeah.
I think that other life forms could thrive in radiation because they do. Some do. And we could come in contact with one that's close enough to the sun that radiation is something that they have to, deal with. So if they were to come here, they'd need radiation dosages. If we would go there, we'd die of radiation poisoning.
To think what it does though to our cells at like the cellular level, like it literally just rips our cells in half. Like it just tears them fucking apart. Like it's not a pleasant feeling, I'm sure, radiation to a full degree.
No.
Like harsh, like obviously radiation. There's not harmful radiation like the thing you have for your nails, and then there's harmful radiation, which would be like nuclear, something that had those origins.
Dude, I would do
Something
this shit
unstable.
as a rich person. I would totally put, look, he puts electric engines in classic
I want
vehicles.
these a van of that so bad. If I could get one
Yes,
in
it's so
electric.
beautiful. Historic picture.
That's probably gonna be in history books.
I do not love the sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I only love what they defend. I like that quote.
There was I was playing Civ today,
Yeah.
and Gandhi came by. I usually keep a large army in my civilization, but he said having a weapon is a lot different than using it.
Mhm. Very simply put, yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
the right way to think about it. That's cool. So micro groweries are a thing,
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Someone did a really good job. They'll probably get good weed from that if the temp's right. Looked like they were
Mars.
keeping it unhumid and
Yeah,
everything.
look at this custom.
That
It is
cat looks
gorgeous.
adorable.
Did a good
It's
job.
so well
Looks like they just
done.
honestly, you could just use old towels
Yeah.
and just like super glue it to take a ladder and then do an upside down ladder, and then
To
just take a cat condo and put it in the middle of the upside down ladder. If you screw the ladders together, then you use a bunch of that twine and tie it all the way up.
I don't have
that, Use some-
I can't look at something like that and then make that. I don't have that artistic
I know,
like
mine would
creativity.
not turn out like that, but I would probably I'm usually never disappointed in the things that I create. I'm just like, it's not what I was aiming for, but this is definitely functional, and I like my design. I'm not good at designing my interpreting my designs. Lagoons in Brazil.
Ooh.
My only thing is
Yay.
like, what the
Right.
fuck is in there? If they know what's in there, I'm
Piranhas.
down.
Ugh.
But
What are the chances? This is what happened to me when I was filming my mini golf video.
this looks like it's gonna hurt.
Patink, patink, patink. Oh, mamma mia! It hit him right in the camera, right in the phone. This is how you honor someone, by taking down their gift. This is a cool little indoor natural hot spring.
I bet you would smell awesome in there.
Oof.
If that's all real.
Yeah, if it's all got plants in there, not sweaty people.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I like this pan transformation. Patink, patink, patink.
Lots of pans.
This is a cool sleeve in progress. Like,
Wow.
look at all this all the way through.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
some dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got rings. They already outlined the nipple, you crazy bastard.
As I
Ow.
say, they probably were like, get
They
it done
got just
with.
a little close to my nipples, and I wanted to fucking die. It was awful.
I can't wait.
This
Looking
is
forward to it.
beautiful.
That is
Gonna die.
beautiful.
Cliffsides of Wales, man. That's what I want. I don't know if this is where it's at.
White Cliffs of Dover.
Cliffs of Dover. This is an awesome fucking PC build. I'm definitely doing this when we have kids. You take the key. This is the power source turn on. And then you gotta, I don't know what the switches individually do,
I'm never
but you
gonna
turn
know
on the
how
switches.
to turn on the computer.
But exactly, that's the point. And so I would keep the key away from our kids. They couldn't access that shit. Then I'd also have it locked so you can't get through it.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah. This is very, very fucking cool. Hyperspeed technology is already really, really incredible.
That is I wouldn't even know how the fuck that's even working.
Dude, this is album art. I love this. Like, it isn't. It's just from pixel sorting, but you could use it.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
no, that's I can make album art. Yeah, for sure.
I love this little animation.
Man, these things are crazy.
Oh no, I can't.
They should
save
like
it.
make it like a galaxy floating around inside it for fucking.
This is crazy. A bodybuilder versus a pro arm wrestler. And he arm wrestles this dude and looks like this the whole time, grinning for fucking a minute and a half.
It's all on the wrist.
Yeah, and it's in the wrist, the shoulders, and this guy's
Traps.
he knows how to
That's what
train
they're
for it.
called.
And these muscles right here.
Your traps, yeah.
Watch the ease he finally puts into it. He's like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
And
Alan
It's
can
like,
do that
see?
same thing.
Yeah.
He'll hold
can
you
learn how to
right
do
at the
it.
fucking bottom forever. You'll never get him to touch. It's fucking.
Bring
it
your
hurts.
mirrors to the next protest. So if you break, you can use them as weapons.
Yeah.
This is a really cool sprinter conversion.
But jeez.
Wow.
That is, look, this is the kind of seats that I want to do. I mean, not the style or the
Right.
comfort, but swivel like that, so we can turn around, use a chair or a table like that.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, they got the shower right here. There's a bed. What I would want to do is I would find the best way to conceal batteries as far over as possible next to the subwoofer. But then I would want to have like a little cozy pit down here where you keep all the beanbags and shit. So there's not much room to be able to sleep against the ceiling if I were to do a Sprinter one, but I would definitely want to have like a bunk bed style.
I'd make a battery pack that when you're parked, you can like pull out, so like you're not laying on top of the fucking batteries. And fire starts, and then it's fucking.
Yo, this is
right
what
away.
we're doing at the dispensary for daily shit. Because
Yeah,
I like
sweet.
the daily checklist we had at Waverly. It's just the people who enforced it were assholes.
Well, they fucking printed it every day too, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a big fucking waste. Yeah, we wasted so much paper going, and we did, and they used it to be shitheads more than anything. Mars, I love this picture.
Cute.
Look at this.
Whoa.
Hearts. It's a good picture.
Good picture.
I want to keep watching that show. It's by the people who made Futurama, but Mars, look at this.
Yeah, no, I have to watch that.
Shadoop.
Whoa.
Damn.
Hell
Very
yeah.
cool. This is a good one. I'll save that.
Oh, never
Keeps
ending.
going. Fractal. These motherfuckers are flippy doists.
Some circus shit.
Yeah. In a good way.
Impressive though.
This is crazy. This guy hand carves a fucking wooden RC model of a Range Rover. This plant, Mars, is awesome. Immediately
What?
ask my plant friends online why it's doing this. Pollinating itself.
Wow.
Incredible.
Wow.
Popping
That's
smoke. Pop, pop, dropping bodies. Dude, on my bucket list, this right here, Snake Way. I want to go to one of these parks.
That's awesome.
Like the idea is simply so you can do this. And
Yeah.
that's a great workout.
I'm
that
sure.
core workout is fucking intense. And once you learn how to ollie, then you just start popping some of these jumps and you have the time of your life. I made my own aluminum RGB light bars for my Trident Nano. This dude is smart.
Sweet.
Look at this chest. It's cool.
Also sweet.
Time lapse of the Milky Way above Hamilton. It's really pretty.
Wow.
Whatever. Alright, here's a good one. This is the best way to show the difference between the two.
That's a huge difference.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, the colors are a big difference.
Right, well, I'll have to. The idea is that it's smoother, like the
Yeah.
motion is smoother, and. But yeah.
144 hertz should just be the standard, though.
Right.
It's
Oh,
like
look, here is the Mustang in the wild. The E-Mustang SUV. It looks like shit.
That's
I don't know. I'm not. It's just like that looks derivative. Too derivative. The logo's cool. The styling's not terrible. But that's a little over the top.
The care is not there.
This is crazy.
Luck.
Mars, watch this.
Yeah. And poof. It was like, yep, alright, there we go.
Wait, did it do it twice?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought it only did
Yoink.
it once.
And then yoink.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's some certain backdraft bullshit going on there. Samsung. Nobody is born racist. Oh, I think we saw that, right? Yeah, we saw this. Okay. I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking hungry. Wow.
Nice.
There's Sonichu. Bernie supporters having hope that for once in their life real change can happen. Super Tuesday. Yeah, fuck my life. Alright, we'll leave off on this beautiful fucking kitty.
Oh my god, I love that
underbite.
It's like a little
Srisbot has come.
Srisbot, let me leave you with some words of advice as we leave. If you ever find yourself milking into a sock and someone's breaking into your room, throw it right at them and scream. You scream as loud as you can and you slap them with that